Good evening, everybody, and welcome into your sports network as we proudly bring to you opening week coverage here of OHSAA Baseball as we come to you live tonight from one of the few places in the region that can play in this kind of weather. Austintown's Richard L. Coppola Field, home of the Fitch Falcons for what's kind of turned into a doubleheader here at YSN. On the field just over to our left, the softball teams of both Howland and Austintown getting underway. That ball game just started. Also over on the network, being brought to you by our own Ty Bartell. I'm Alec Caberna here at Coppola Field for tonight's matchup between the 0-1 Fitch Falcons and the yet-to-play Howland Tigers. Their first matchups at Scene Park were canceled, so this is going to be their start of the season. Bit of an interesting line because despite the fact Fitch had really, by record, a much better season last year, Howland got the better of them twice, 3-1 in their first matchup, 9-2 in their second. So as they go into their first matchup here in 2023, you wonder how those two are going to play after Fitch returns quite a few players. They do lose a lot, but they have 9 juniors on this roster and 4 seniors. It's quite a strong group. They finished 2022 as a top 50 team in Division I play. Howland not ranked. Everything says Fitch should win, but it said the same thing last year, and Howland won both matchups. Coming into this, our starting lineups will go as such. Howland will bat first as the visiting team. They will be led off by their shortstop, number 2, Robert Gamino, followed up by number 28, Marco Masucci. Number 35, Nicky Lewis, will bat third. And pitching and designated hitter Brendan Ray will bat fourth. Nick Leisure, number 1, will take it at the 5 spot. Jack Kenny will bat 6th. And number 4, Don Santi, will bat 7th. And the 2 new additions, Aiden Anders and Bode Biggin, will round out the lineup as the 8-9 hitters. Mason Pedritis will be on the mound for Austintown Fitch. One of their young guns saw a lot of action last season. He's going to get the call here in their second game of the season. He showed a lot of improvement here in the offseason. And over at Scene Park in the Summer League, he got quite the reputation over there. A lot of strikeouts for him. He was 3-0 with 13 strikeouts in those appearances. They're certainly looking to see him continue that kind of stride that he had during the Summer League, bring it in here for their baseball team. In their first game against South Range, they dropped it 9-4. Had a pretty good showing from their starting pitcher, and Jack Knight pulled him, though, after the second inning with 4 strikeouts. A phenomenal start. And then from there, things kind of started to spiral after the 5th inning. In the 5th, 6th, and 7th, this Fitch team allowed 7 runs to come in to score. So they're definitely looking to get better pitching. And the depth-wise, they got a lot of young guys looking to get some pitching. They got an 8-man deep rotation, so you know they're going to be going deep into that here at the start of the season. No one player is probably going to go for more than 3 innings unless they're, having a near-perfect game. This early in the season, you really want to protect those arms. It's probably what we're going to see here early on. Especially with this Howland lineup that, you look at the top of this with guys like Gamino, Masucci, and Ray, all guys that are up near or over 300 from the plate a season ago. Masucci, a 361 hitter in the 2 spot. He's really going to test the young Pedritis here early on in today's matchup as we get set for play from a rainy, dreadful, cold field here in Austintown as the rain has continued to fall and it's only increasing in its downfall as we get near the first pitch. That will step aside and come right back as the Falcons take the field here for their second game of the 2023 season.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Welcome back in as we get set to start the top of the first inning here from Copala Field in Austintown. Fitch out there on the field. We'll run him down. Behind the plate will be Donovan Bell Sullivan at first is Jack Knight with Carson Fuller at second. Frank Zanediak will be at short, and at third will be the new man Carter Owens. Into the outfield is Jackson Cheeks in left field. Hayden Warmouth in right with Drew Kaschak locking down center field. Those are your 9 men out there for the Fitch Falcons with Mason Pedritis on the mound, the young gun. Taken back to it. He's an up-and-coming star here in Austintown. Saw some good work in his first season last year, and he's back to do it again with a lot of hype. A lot of pressure, though, going up for a big school like this. Division I baseball. He's going to continue to be tested all year long, and he's going to be tested here quite early with this starting lineup for the Howland Tigers. First two guys, if you combine their averages, they're about hitting 300, so you got two great hitters starting things off. Nicky Lewis, the new addition to this line, he was only 0-9 last season in his minimal appearances for the Tigers, comes in hitless, but for him to see this high of a spot in their lineup, they must have seen something in the offseason. A lot of confidence there, and with this wet surfaces, these hitters are going to look to get on top of the young Pedritis here early on. As coming into this one, Fitch, they lost 6 seniors from a season ago, but they did bring in 6 new players with a lot of potential in them. Frank Zanediak, John Darley, Jackson Cheek, Stevie Palmer, Jacob Wallace, and Hayden Warmouth. So a lot of young guys in there. A couple of juniors, though. They got some transfers in here, and along with a couple players called up from the JV rosters. A lot of these guys have been competing together as a team over in the Summer League. A lot of them playing for those Astro teams that are very good, and they really showed out in this past season. Jackson Cheeks, a 308 hitter. Carter Owens, a 321 hitter in 16U baseball, with Zanediak, a 303 as well. So Fitch is more so reloading than they are rebuilding. They bring in a lot of youth here, a lot of talent. We'll see if it pays off after a bit of a struggling match against South Range in their first game, but we are just about underway. Robert Camino stepping into the box. And for Howland, the 2023 season is officially underway. As the first pitch high on the inside corner, but Pedritis able to get it in there, and that's strike one to start us off. Always nice to see a pitcher able to find the zone here in these wet conditions. Pretty cold as well, seeing about 47 degrees here at first pitch. And strike two right off the bat. Pedritis wasting no time targeting the top half of the zone. Goes left corner, now right corner. Probably going to see him drop it down low here, maybe an off-speed pitch. See if he can get Camino to go down looking. And just goes outside. I think he was trying to go right back for that top corner. Not there for him. Camino, a strong hitter. Expect a fight here in a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. That's strike three. So Pedritis getting things started great as he earns a strikeout on the first at bat.
Hitting seconds tonight, number 28, Marco Masucci.
Marco Masucci going to step up to the plate. A 361 hitter from a season ago. This is a lineup that hit over 280. A very strong group at the plate. Needed some help in the pitching department. They believe they got some of that this season as Pedritis misses the first ball here high. And as mentioned a season ago, this lineup got on top of a lot of what Fitch was throwing at them. 12 combined runs in their 2 games. As Pedritis evens the count back up. Third pitch to Masucci on the inside, and that's ball 2. So after a quick attack against Camino, slowing down a bit. More of that ball gets thrown to the plate, the wetter it's going to start getting, the less control he's going to have. Why it's important for him to continue to attack here early on. As yet again, Pedritis going to even the count. Pitch 5 of the at-bat, coming down, swing and a miss. We'll say foul tip, but that's a strikeout anyway. So it's back-to-back Ks to start the day for Pedritis up on the mound. A great start for him. As mentioned, he really turned it on this past summer over at Bob Scene Park. One of the top pitchers in all of 16U baseball. 13 strikeouts, 3 wins, 0 losses. As now up at the plate, Nicky Lewis. Is behind the plate. Bell Sullivan going to get a new baseball. Expect to see that a lot. They're going to send that ball over. They're going to dry him off and continue to rotate fresh balls in. That both these pitchers can maintain grip. And that one hit into left, and that will be the first hit of the season for the Howland Tigers as they have a man on board with 2 away.
Batting cleanup tonight, number 20, Brendan Ray.
Now stepping up to the plate will be the man on the mound tonight, and Brendan Ray, a .304 hitter a season ago, looking to advance Nicky Lewis at least up to third here. He'll need to get on as well. Someone to the outfield. I mean, what they're hunting for is that ball missing way on the inside. Forces Ray to do a little spin. Get out of the way, so it's ball 1. 2 away and 1 on base. 8 hits allowed in their earlier matchup against South Range. To go along with 9 runs. Couple of errors mixed in there as well. This is a chopper down to third, but foul. Pedritis off to the good start, but now you get to see how he works with a man out there on base. Gives him a check down, continues to look that way. Now he makes his move to the plate. No move from Lewis going to second as that ball is low. Pedritis maybe a little distracted. That guy is out there. He's a lot to worry about today as a pitcher. You got the rain, wind, it's cold, your fingers are going numb. Now you got a guy out there, and that pitcher's mound is a little bit slicker than you're used to, as this is hit over to short, and a toss to the covering second baseman Carson Fuller will end out the top of the first inning as a man left stranded by the Howland Tigers. Fitch coming up when we come back. Welcome back to your Sports Network. I'm Alec Caberna here in the bottom of the first inning as the Fitch Falcons will send out Frank Zanediak to lead things off with Drew Kaschak and Carson Fuller to follow. Rocco DeFlorio will bat fourth with Jackson Cheeks batting fifth. Hayden Warmouth will bat sixth with Donovan Bell Sullivan, Jack Knight, and Carter Owens rounding out the 7, 8, 9 spots for the Falcons. On the other side, the Tigers behind the plate will send Nicky Lewis. Aiden Anders will go to first. Bode Biggin at second. At shortstop is Robert Gamino with Don Santi at third. Into the outfield, Marco Masucci takes over left. Nick Leisure in center with Jack Kenny in right field. Brendan Ray onto the mound. 5 appearances a season ago. An ERA of just 1.62. A very talented pitcher. But in those 5 appearances, only credited with the win once. Used a lot in relief. Now he's going to be counted on here to start against a power roster of Fitch, who is no stranger to putting up big runs. They haven't had luck against this Howland crew in the past, as previously mentioned. But with a lineup full of young talent and some strong hitters around the 4, 5, 6 spot, this is a line that I think a lot of pitchers are going to come to fear this season. As mentioned, Frank Zanediak here in the offseason, he was a .303 hitter down in the Summer League at Bob Scene. Drew Kaschak, also a strong hitter over there in baseball. DeFlorio was coming off of a game in which he had 2 hits, one of which a triple that ended up being an RBI for one of the team's 4 runs in that game. Jackson Cheek coming off a 2-hit performance as well. Then you go down deep into this lineup. Carter Owens rounding you out the 9 spot. You got a guy that hit .321 this past summer who's going to be anchoring a lineup full of young guys, full of talent, and they have a pretty deep bench as well. We'll see if they have to go to it. For this Howland group, though, as they take to the field in the AAC Conference Opener, which was won by Boardman a season ago, thanks to a matchup between Howland and Fitch at the end of the season. They're coming in losing 5 of the 9 players who played against Fitch a season ago. So a lot of new guys that have to get used to what this Fitch crew can throw at you. They got a lot of different ways to beat you. You're playing on their turf. They're going to be used to this slick playing field. They had to play it a lot last season while everyone else cancels playing on dirt and grass. You're on the turf. Very rarely are you going to see them have to cancel a game. And it hurt Howland a lot last year. They were 9-10 as a team, only getting in 19 games compared to Fitch, who had 26. You lose a lot, but Fitch is ready to go as Frank Snediak stepping up to the box. He will start things off for the Fitch Falcons as he will take on Brendan Ray. Ray in his junior season here with the Howland Tigers. Going to Nick Leisure behind the plate, who is going to his senior campaign. So first pitch for Howland's 2023 campaign underway. And Ray's first is just a little bit inside. Just probably scraped the inside part of that strike zone. Going up against a left-handed hitter, you're not going to get those pitches if they're on the inside. You might get them if it's on the outside when you're facing that right-handed batter. Strike zone shifts just a little bit as it's a swinging foul tip for Snediak. 2 strikeouts and a hit in the top half of the inning for the Howland Tigers. No runs come across, though, after a fielder's choice from the pitcher, Brendan Ray, ended things out. 1-1 count to Snediak. And that one's high, and actually that is going to be a hit by pitch. So clear and put a man on first base. That's how we're going to start out the bottom of the first. Not what Brendan Ray was looking for. As now Drew Kaschak will step up to the plate with a man on base and no outs. Ray a season ago only walked 10 guys. It was a pretty strong effort for him. 10 guys in 5 appearances. You know, Speedy Snediak out there on first. If any of those balls even scuff this turf, likely it's going to go all the way back to the backstop, and Snediak with his wheels, good chance he can round himself over to third if he really puts it on. 1-0 count to start us off. And we'll even things back up. A good response there by Ray. Couple of balls, a hit by pitch. Trying to find his way back to the strike zone. Rain has let up here as we're in the bottom half of the inning. And now bunt attempt laid down but pulled back, but called strike 2 anyways. Brendan Ray looking for his first strikeout of the season. Those 5 appearances last year, he had 13 strikeouts, one of the top strikeout men on the roster. And high, throw down to first, tag apply, but not in time as Snediak dives back in safely. 2-2 count to the center fielder, Drew Kaschak, with Frankie Snediak on first. Carson Fuller awaits on deck as we have no outs here in the bottom of the first. Fitch looking to get on the board early. Pitch from Ray. This one goes over the top of Kaschak, and our count is full. Pivotal moment here in the ball game. Early opportunities like this would come very rarely. Fitch needs to capitalize, and Howland really needs to make sure they don't. Snediak going on the full count. That pitch is high, ball 4, and 2 walks to start us out. One via the hit by pitch, this one on the full count. And now Carson Fuller will step up to the plate as the junior looks to bring in his first RBI of the season. And now Brendan Ray going to call for his catcher to come out there. Talking strategy. Now, a couple of those pitches missed high for Brendan Ray right now. That's okay. He's got a taller man behind the plate, Nicky Lewis, who's been able to get up there and stop him. He's got to now hone it in with that runner in scoring position up on second. Shortstop playing Snediak close to the base. Brendan Ray sends it home instead. This one comes in just a little bit high. He really hasn't been able to turn down that baseball here so far, bringing in a lot of heat, but the control lacking here on the wet conditions that we're playing on today. The pitch from Ray. This is swung on, taken to short. Double play is not, is going to be in time. A hop into the glove of first baseman Aiden Anders will make that 2 outs, as Fitch still with the man in scoring position, however, up on third after the ground ball double play. So Kaschak out at second, Carson Fuller out at first, Snediak up to third, and now at the plate, Rocco DeFlorio, who's coming off of an RBI performance against South Range. You know he's going to be looking to get that bat on the ball and drive something here. Got a triple in that last game to go along with the single. A great recovery, though, from Howland here in this inning. He nearly had an opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position. Things were looking like they were starting to spiral. Now everything gets turned around thanks to the double play. 2 balls here early on to DeFlorio, with Jackson Cheeks waiting on deck if they can get on base yet again. Whew! A big curveball there just drops into the zone. Looked like it was going to miss high, then it stamps on the brakes and slides right into the zone. Left DeFlorio stuck in his shoes. The 2-1 count is low. That is in the pebbles. And it's a 3-1 count. But if you're Brendan Ray, this is probably a guy you can afford to avoid. As a strong hitter like him, put him on first. You have a free base. You're only worried about that runner on third. Don't give these next 2 hitters anything to look at. 3-1 pitch. Now this is on the inside again, stopped by Nicky Lewis, but this will put runners on at the corners, as that is the 3rd walk of the inning for Brendan Ray. And now Jackson Cheeks up to the plate. Slew of lefties here at the top of the lineup. It's really made it difficult for a left-handed pitcher. Normally you love that advantage they can bring you against right-handed batters, but here today, lefty on lefty action, a lot of southpaws. There's runners on first and third. DeFlorio on first, as that skips in the dirt, or the turf, I should say, those little pellets out there. Softball game over to our left, still tied 0-0 after the first inning. Tigers back up to the plate. That game also on your sports network. The 1-0 count back here. Pitch to Cheek, swung on and sent up into the nets, and then finds its way into the crowd. But a good pitch there by Ray, down and away. The likelihood is Cheeks is only going to be able to put that on the ground, especially with colder temperatures. Balls aren't going to fly as much. There's a gentle breeze heading towards center, but nothing that's really going to help carry a baseball. So keeping it low in the zone right now, going to be what Brendan Ray is looking for. That one comes back up a little higher. Cheeks can't get on underneath it, or pardon me, can't get on top of it. And he skims this one up to the bench. The runner's onto the corners. 2 strikes and 2 outs. Runner goes, and a throw back to first. As Brendan Ray is going to be called for the balk, and that will bring in the game's first run. as the steal from DeFlorio ends up bringing in a run. You don't see that one too often. But Frankie Sinadiak will store, and DeFlorio moves up to second. So another runner in scoring position is Cheeks. Looking to drive in one still. We'll need to put it into the outfield. And a swing. This is a dribbler out to the mound. Ray throwing over to first, and that will end off the inning. One man stranded as one run comes in thanks to the balk, and as Frankie Sinadiak gets the Fitch Falcons on the board here in the first inning. After one, it's Fitch, 1-0.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
I'm Tracy, and I can make your car buying experience as simple as finding a vehicle you love, getting you approved for financing that works for you, and giving you the customer service you deserve. Find out how easy purchasing a vehicle can be this tax season at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Top of the second inning here from Fitch is Pedritis back out there after 2 strikeouts and a hit allowed in the first inning. No runs come across as he sees just 4. Brendan Ray hit into the fielder's choice to end the inning. And coming up now will be Nick Leisure, who batted .222 a season ago and is sitting in the 5-hole for the Howland Tigers. So far in this game, it's been very even. Fitch got out there on the base paths early. The double play evened it. Not for the balk. There's a good chance this game stayed tied at 0. Brendan Ray was starting to dial things in and obviously got the out against Jackson Cheeks ultimately.
Leading off this inning for the Howland Tigers.
So an unearned run basically there in the first. Now here in the second, we'll see if Howland has an answer as Leisure, Jack Kenny, and Don Santi are the 1, 2, 3 men here in the inning as this is popped up towards right and out of play. Pedritis early in that lineup got on top of these guys early. Didn't want to go with the big counts. Really worked more as a reliever style of pitcher in which you're just looking for that strikeout early. You're not trying to work these batters. Young pitcher, that can bite him as he gets later into the season. Here early on, though, it's a smart strategy and keep that arm for later on in the year. Attack guys now, especially for once you have to get a little bit deeper into the season, play against some of those other Division I schools that have a lot of firepower. We'll go down to the Myrtle Beach Invitational in April, and you know they're going to need Pedritis at full strength for that game as he is losing it here a little early. 3-1 goes the count as Nick Leisure going to get on base for the first time here this season. And it will be a walk. So after 2 strikeouts, start the first, a walk. We'll start the second. And this brings Jack Kenny up to the plate. .227 hitter for the Howland Tigers a season ago. Looking to get some guys going around the base paths here in Austintown. Bunt attempt pulled down, now back. This ball gets past the catcher and Bell Sullivan. And this will advance the runner up to second on ball 1. But now that shows 5 straight balls for Pedritis after he started the inning with the strike. You're going to get a new ball out there. Try and help with the grip. And our runner in scoring position in Nick Leisure. As that last ball gets past Bell Sullivan behind the plate. Pedritis takes a look back to second. Throws it home. Kenny swings and a miss. That's strike 1. Pedritis back on the bump. 1-1 count. Big moment for Howland as they're looking to strike back to the 1-run scored at the bottom of the first. Bunt attempt pulled back again. Sullivan able to hold on to this one as that will be counted as ball 2. Got down to the pellets. As Jack Kenny looking for the sacrifice bunt here. They want to move Leisure up to third and create a good opportunity for Santi Anders or Biggin to bring in that runner. Swing. This is going out to right field. Sac fly as this will advance Leisure to third, and he will hold up there. Thanks to the sac fly for Jack Kenny.
For the Tigers, third baseman, number 4, Dom Santee.
So Don Santi at the line now for the Tigers. As the umpires are going to have a brief meeting here. Not sure what they're discussing. Maybe they're going to check if Leisure tagged up before he went to third. Can be all I can imagine here. They are pointing towards the Fitch dugout. After the meeting, nothing comes of it. So 1 out and a runner on third for the Tigers. As coming to the plate, Don Santi, .077 hitter last season for the Tigers. Didn't really get a whole lot of opportunities, 13 at-bats. Ended up getting 1 RBI a season ago. On just 1 hit. 1 hit brings in the RBI. Not a bad way if you're only going to hit it once, make it count. First pitch he sees is a ball from Pedritis. The runner on third is elected to go back to his full rotation. Instead of coming out of the stretch, it's just swung on and fouled off. So yet again, Pedritis up there on the mound seeing an even count. He's been in a lot of those today. He stayed on the better side of it, however. Hasn't allowed the balls to outweigh him. At this point in the ball game, still very early on. The 1-1 count will become a 2-1. As he misses just outside. Was looking for that bottom corner that he found early in the first. Two-1 is outside. Sullivan having to get out of his stance again. Seems to be a common theme here in the second inning. Pedritis got off to a really good start. Seemed he was pitching better in the rain. Now that it stopped, it's just cold. No breeze whatsoever. No sun either. Cloudy skies. And a full count now at the plate with 1 away. Weather was expected to be a big factor in this game, but with the rain coming off, the Tigers starting to heat up those bats. Full count pitch. Swung on, chopped down the first base line, and foul. Fortunately, a hit like that, probably not going to get it done. So fortunately for the Tigers, that's out of bounds. Or not out of bounds. Is a foul ball. Still trying to get out of basketball mode. It's opening day for most of us here, Howland and myself included. Full count yet again. This is outside as ball 4 breaking to the plate. And safe. As a head-to-head collision will allow Nick Leisure in to score, and we are tied. As our catcher having to take a moment to shake himself off. Bill Sullivan got back there quickly, tried to dive in to meet Leisure at the plate. Bit of a head-to-head collision. Luckily, Leisure's has the helmet on. Sullivan, though, had already taken his off. So a bit of a nasty collision at the plate. However, it does score the run on the wild pitch. And now Aiden Anders, one of the new additions here to the varsity lineup, will step to the plate for his first at-bat of his varsity career here in Howland, with the runner on first, just one out here in the top of the second. And now a throw back to first from Pedritis. Just a little lob over there to keep Santee honest and maybe buy Bill Sullivan another minute to recollect himself behind the plate. He also gets to have just a nice throw and catch out there with one of his guys. He'll go right back. Maybe becoming a little weary of throwing to the plate. Missed a lot on that last at-bat. Making some easy throws over to first to regain his confidence. You could tell he wasn't really zipping him over there to first. Really looked like he was just trying to get that arm a little bit more rhythm before he went to the plate next. And obviously it works. Finds a strike on the first pitch to Aiden Anders. Continues to look down to first, but he goes home with it. And that will go just above the letters, very close to a strike, but it's 1-1. As we have a softball making its way into left field, we take a brief pause from the action. Both these fields rather close to one another. Does have the tendency to happen here at the beautiful Fitch Sports Complex. There's another ball nearly making its way over onto the field as our players get back to it. Anders at the plate, Pedritis on the mound with Don Santee on first base. The pitch swung on and missed by Anders. That's strike two. Another check back to first. And a throw. The tag is not in time, just barely. Santee got a little far off the bag. Pedritis, he was throwing some lobs earlier, brought a little bit more heat on that throw back to first. Nearly got him. Might see him go back there again. He went back to back the last time he went over there. This time he goes to the plate. And now the catcher and Sullivan will throw it over to first, but they're not going to get Santee. Two count with the runner on to the plate. That is ball three. So yet another full count here at Coppola Field. Pedritis already working up his pitch count here early on. This the eighth batter he's seen. He's gone deep in a couple of these counts now here in the second inning. Throws back to first, and they've got Santee in a pickle with one down. They're going to continue to chase him. The throw back to first. And Santee gets out of the way. No, he does not. Pedritis tags him between first and second. And that is out number two as the runner no longer on base. Santee got a little too far off the bag. And Pedritis with a beautiful move back to first. Caught him looking and no choice except for Santee to go get in a pickle. So now it's two down, and Pedritis can get himself out of the inning with a strike here in the full count. The pitch down to Anders. Looked at for strike three, and the Falcons avoid a big inning here as they're able to get out of a jam, which they allowed a run in with just one out. As they get the man at first caught stealing, strikeout at the plate sends us to the bottom half of the inning, tied up at one.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
I've been in a lot of different departments. I love the customers. I'm like the mother hen, gotta take care of everybody, and that includes customers and employees. I try to make people feel comfortable when they come in because we are busy, but I try to welcome them and do whatever I can to expedite the customer I have in front of me to take care of the next one. My name's Chrissy Lilly. I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Bottom of the second here in Copala Field, but across the way, Tigers and Falcons still knotted up at 0 in the bottom of the second inning in softball. So 2 close games here at the Fitch Sporting Complex, as we'll see Brendan Ray back out there on the mound for his second inning of work. Went 5 deep on the first line with 3 walks, one coming by the hit by pitch, but a double play and a ground out helped them get out of a big jam as only Frankie Sinadiak was able to come across to score. Here in the bottom of the second, the 6, 7, 8 hitters duel up with Hayden Warmouth, Donovan Bell Sullivan, and Jack Knight. In the first inning, it was Pedritis off to the good start. He slipped a little bit in the second. Brendan Ray started a little down in that first. Maybe he'll jump into a good rhythm here in the second inning. See a bit of role reversals here. That's the bottom of this lineup, and Bell Sullivan, Warmouth, and Knight. A couple of their young guys recently added on to this roster, and Warmouth, he's really going to be tasked to play outfield this season. It's one of the reasons he was brought up to this line. They have a lot of guys on the infield, along with their 8-man deep rotation, but he's going to be an outfielder, going to be tasked to hit a lot this season. Not a lot of depth there for him. Right now, if you're Fitch, you got to get a guy on base and get down to Carter Owens. He's a great hitter, hasn't been tested a lot at this level, but maybe one of the most interesting characters coming into the season for this crew. First pitch at Hayden Warmouth misses for ball 1. Brendan Ray begins the second, the same he did the first. Able to answer back, though, the 1-1 count as the skies begin to part here in Austintown. Just a little bit of blue skies peeking out, a little sunshine as well. Rain holding off. 1-1, a check swing, but just outside. And Warmouth did not go around, says our home plate umpire. Two 2-1 count. Pitch to Warmouth, and it is foul tipped into the glove, so 2-2. Rather sizable crowd on hand here for Fitch's second game, despite the poor weather. You got to say, the complex is certainly packing them in here tonight. Between softball and baseball, all these stands are decently filled, even here on the Howland side. A lot of standing instead of sitting, trying to stay warm. Foul tip there keeps Warmouth in it. 2-2 count yet again. Ray gets the pitch and brings it home. Swung on and missed. That's strike 3, and that's the first strikeout of the season for Brendan Ray. 3 walks in the first, but great way to get back into the strike column here, and the getting the man down swinging. And now Donovan Bell Sullivan steps up to the plate, looking for his first at-bat of the game. pitch. Ooh, on the inside, nearly caught the hands. Sullivan slid out of there. He's already had some unnecessary contact today. I don't think he wants any more. Sure his parents don't either. 1-0 pitch is high again. A strong start to the inning with the strikeout. Now Sullivan slipping a little after these last two pitches. Missed pretty egregiously. The throw down is, just high. Looks like he was going for that top corner. Then again, Nicky Lewis was even looking over to his coaches like, oh, come on. Can't paint the corner any better than that. As the sun really starting to peek out right into the eyes of the pitcher, Ray. Brings this down, and it's too low. It's a 4-pitch walk. And I wonder if he's got any sunglasses out there that he can grab. This sunshine's going right into his eyes. Sure, it feels nice. Going to warm up the players a little bit as the wind's starting to come back a little as well. Still blowing towards center. 3 stages of weather here. You go from rain to start the game. Then we go partly cloudy. A throwback to first. Tag applied. Not in time. You go from rain to just a partly cloudy, cold, windless day. And now we got the sunshine popping out through the blue skies that are appearing to break as they start coming over the field. Let's hope that is all the weather we have here in today's game. That ball going through the glove of Nicky Lewis, and this will allow Warmouth up to second. Pardon me, Bill Sullivan to get up to second. Jack Knight at the plate. Carter Owens on deck. A runner in scoring position. Fitch looking to get back that run they allowed on the top half of the inning to Nick Leisure. Got home on the pass ball. No one holding the runner as Ray delivers home to the righty. And he'll miss again. So 2-0 goes the count. As the sun that was blinding him in the last at-bat tucks behind a cloud. Temperature has risen a bit here, though, as we enter into the bottom half of this second inning. Up to 54 degrees. We're looking about 47 to start this game, so a little bit of sunshine as the rain dissipated. It's really helped warm things back up. 3-0 count now. 4-pitch walk a moment ago. Trying to avoid back-to-back after the strikeout start of the inning. It won't be 4 pitches as he does get the strike in there. Both of these teams knocked out in the sectional finals a season ago as this crew in Howland lost 5-3 to a good Chardon group. And much of this May of Fitch fans, they were upset by AAC rival Boardman 5-0 in their sectional final game. They were a 4 seed going into it. Boardman caught fire, though, late in the season and really turned around what had been a up and down year for them. As that ball is high, ball 4. AAC this season likely to come down to Boardman and Fitch yet again. Those are the 2 favorites pretty much every year to compete for. However, this Howland crew, they had something to say about that last season. Took down Fitch in both of their games. They're going to be right in that hunt for it. They got a lot of guys on this roster that can really hit the ball. You've seen so far, they have the ability to get on base in unconventional ways. No hits for them so far in the game. Pardon me, just the 1 hit so far for him in the game, and yet they've got a run on the board. Fitch yet to get a hit here in tonight's ball game. However, they have had now 5 guys get on base. A lot of stranded base runners. 1-0 count at the plate to Carter Owens. Not a guy you want to get behind. It is now a 2-0 count. Coach Zach Byler might have to go to his bullpen a little earlier than he would have liked. As Brendan Ray really starting to struggle here against this lineup. Just can't seem to find his rhythm. 2-0, bunt attempt pulled back, but it's a strike anyways. Perfect bunt in this situation goes down the third base line with runners at first and second. Don Santi can't rush in to grab that bunt as he normally would without creating an opening for those runners. Anders is going to have to run down first, and that puts Ray over to first as well. Creates a really hard spot if you're going to bunt for Howland to defend. However, now at a 2-2 count. Brendan Ray responding well to that 2-0 start. Now looking for the strikeout with 2 on. The pitch swung on and fouled. As Owens looked to be behind that one by a decent margin as Ray went off speed. Owens was looking for that fastball that's caught him on the last 2 pitches. Hit .321 this past summer. Played well for Fitch a season ago when he had his opportunities. Now looking to be a focal point in the lineup here in game number 2, except he gets caught looking. Strike 3, 2 Ks in the inning for Brendan Ray as he delays his move off the mound here maybe a little longer. He's going to have to keep the attack up as we go back to the top of the lineup. 5th man of the inning now is it's Frankie Sinediak, who was hit by a pitch, just the second ball thrown of the first inning, to get on base and eventually made his way around thanks to a walk, then a double play. And then another walk allowed him home. Or actually, it was a balk, pardon me, that allowed him home. First pitch he sees is going to be a ball as well. So Brendan Ray really hasn't been able to find strike zone early on, as you've seen, especially in that last count. He was able to work himself back in, got the strikeout after a 2-0 hole. This time, a swing from Sinediak goes foul. Ray takes a look back to second, no throws. He brings it home, just a lobber to the plate. Like, couldn't quite get the spin on that curveball. Went up, but never came down. I like to see him get back to that fastball. It seems to be what he's gotten most of his strikes on. Brings the heater again. Oh, they're not going to give it to him, saying he missed the low. Much of the dismay of this Howland crowd over to my right. Pitch down on the 3-1, swung down to second, and a toss in time, and they got him down. So Fitch leaves runners out there again as a fielder's choice. Will take down the inning as it was Jack Knight getting thrown out at second thanks to a phenomenal diving effort out there from Bode Biggin, earning his spot in the lineup here in his first season with the Tigers. Diving down to get that ball, crawling over to get it as it bounced out of his glove, and then tossing it over to the covering Gamino at short to keep this ball game knotted up at 1 after 2.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Well, the brief show of sunshine we had earlier has tucked its way behind the clouds as Gray once again takes over the skies here in a 1-1 ball game as we head into the third. Mason Pedritis still out there on the mound through 2 innings. He's had 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit, and 1 run allowed off of what was just a bad pitch. So one mistake really for him has been the only run allowed him to score. The lone hit coming back in the first inning was a grounder from Nick Lewis, but then he was out on the next play as Brendan Ray hit into a fielder's choice. This time up, though, Howland's going to send the 9-1-2 hitters in Bode Biggin, Robert Camino, and Marco Masucci out there. Pedritis can try and keep up this strikeout streak he's got going on. Took down both Camino and Masucci with strikeouts in the first inning. Ended off the second inning with a strikeout to Aiden Anders. And will take on the second new player for Howland here in their 2023 campaign in Bode Biggin.
Off top of the third for Howland, number 15, Bodie Biggin.
Bodie Biggin at the plate. Looking for his first at-bat of the year. Got a tough pitcher to do it against. Pedritis showing few holes, and the holes that he's shown so far really have only turned into walks. Still only with 2 of those, both coming to the last inning. And he kind of got one of them back with Don Santi on the caught stealing out there after he walked him. So a bit of a redemption for Pedritis. You almost just want to cross one of those off, and you can't. But he's seen 4 batters in each of the first 2 innings. He's really done a great job managing how long he's been out there. He's gotten deep in a few counts, but when you're only seeing 4 guys, you can go 16 pitches an inning. Or maybe 20, if you get up there. He's doing just fine at the moment. Still a young guy. Just his second season here at the varsity level. Both seasons have been the first 2 of his high school career, only a sophomore. That last pitch fouled off towards the left and out of play. And now a swinging strike 3 as it's back-to-back Ks again on the afternoon for Pedritis. As Bodie Biggin goes down, Robert Gamino coming back up to the plate. As mentioned, he struck out along with the man on deck in Marco Masucci. Pedritis can redo what he did in the first. He's looking at his first 1-2-3 inning of the season. He's been awfully close on their last 2. And he'll start off Gamino with a strike again. It's an interesting approach. You see here at the top of the lineup, he's going up against Howland's strongest hitters, yet that's where he's found most of his success. Against the 3 top hitters for Howland, and Gamino, Masucci, and Ray, 2 of them were struck out, 1 hit into a fielder's choice. It's been the bottom half. Some of the guys that are a little more inexperienced that he doesn't have a ton of film on that have really been the guys that did anything against him. 2-1 count. He's taken all that's up the order for the second time here in the third inning. That is on the inside corner again. Pedritis really working those corners well. When he's hit them, he has hit them hard and very accurate. 2-2 count, looking for a second strikeout, but will miss low. And that is ball 3, despite the fact that Gamino ran down the line. He was 1 off. So Gamino will step back into the box with the full count. Seen quite a few of these so far for Pedritis. Worked out of a few, walked, and a couple as well. And a high swing. You can see Gamino just wanted to get on base. Maybe a little frustrated, but strikeout pans out anyways, and that's strikeout number 2 for Pedritis as we will see Joe Paris coming up to the mound is Marco Masucci coming out to the plate for the Howland Tigers. Wonder what the discussion is here as he's working on a 3-strikeout streak. The young sophomore is. And Joe Paris trying to keep him focused here. Make it a 1-2-3 inning. Send him down. Put him on notice. Fitch baseball is back. A 9-4 game against South Range. A very good South Range team, that is. Wasn't exactly what they were looking for to start the season. Bouncing back here against a team that got you both times in last year's meeting. Looking to send a message. And really get themselves going well. If you're Fitch, an 0-2 start to the season, almost unheard of. So great baseball program under Joe Paris. He's done a really good job with these boys. Trying to keep that up this season. It's a 1-0 count to start. But now a 1-1. Pedritis brings the heater back in there. He has really seldomly missed with that fastball. When he goes hot, that strike zone is on fire. 1-1, swing on down to third. This is bobbled and no throw, as that will end up as an E5 as Carter Owens couldn't handle it. Guess we should wait and see before I call it an error. But either way, Fitch with a man on base, and they will actually credit this as a hit. Hit hard enough that they'll call it that way. So 2 hits allowed from Pedritis. Still no hits for the Falcons through their first 2 innings. A throwback to first, as Pedritis really doesn't like guys on first base. Once they get to second or third, fine. He won't look at them very much. But if they're on first, he wants them gone. Already caught 1 today, and Don Santi back in the second. There's the 4th man he's seen in the inning. Seems to be his average so far. Saw 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Now throw back to first, and no tag applied by Jack Knight. He's back in safely. 1-0 count to start us off with 2 down on 2 strikeouts. As Pedritis up to 5 of those here in his first appearance of the season. The throw home, swing and a miss at the plate. From the man who had the first hit of the game back in the first, and Nicky Lewis, also the first of his career here with Howland. Now 1 for 10. Throw back to first. Nothing there. Another throwback. Told you, Pedritis doesn't like those guys over there. That man's on first. He's got a big red target on his back. You get more than a foot off that bag, he's throwing it back there. He really doesn't miss that throw very often either. And another throwback. Masucci back in safely once more. A 361 hitter picking up his first hit of the 2023 campaign. Guess that'll make him a 500 hitter so far in 2023. Pretty good numbers. We'll see if he can keep it up. That'll be quite impressive if he does. I believe the only guy I've seen around these parts that averaged over 500 for the season. Played over at Canfield. Last name Giuliano. Did a really great job. Here's strike 2 for Pedritis. Trying to make it 3 Ks on the inning. 6 in total. If he can strike out Nicky Lewis. The pitch is looked at in another full count for Pedritis out there. Full count pitch, runner goes, swung on. This is hit right into the glove of Frankie Sinidiak at short, And that will do it here for the top of the third inning. Howland leaves a man stranded after 2 strikeouts, collect the majority of the outs. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Fitch up.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
YSN is very important to me because it gives me a platform to talk about what I love and what I have a true passion for in life, and that is sports. The possibilities are just endless, and every day we continue to grow and get better. My name's Scotty Mitcher, and my sports network is your sports network.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them.
To do anything that would convenience the customer.
And every day I'll go the extra mile so they can trust us.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
It's Drew Kaschak, Carson Follo, and Rocco DeFlorio due up here for the Austintown Fitch Falcons. 2 of them were able to get on base, but it was Carson Follo that hit into a double play back in the first inning the last time we saw these 3 out there. As Brendan Ray will yet again stay up there on the mound going into his 3rd inning of work as well. So far he's seen 10 guys, struck out 2, walked 5, allowed just 1 to score, however, as he has yet to give up a hit. Howland yet to give up an error either. Neither team has one of those. So it's been a very even ball game. Kind of what we expected based off of what these 2 did last year, what both teams lost in the offseason, what they brought in. It felt very even on paper, and so far that's been what we've seen here in this matchup tonight at Coppola Field. As on the far side of things here in Austintown, the Tigers and Falcons and 4 innings still tied up at 0. You can catch that game on ysnlive.com as well. Both games being broadcasted simultaneously here from Austintown Fitch High School. Kaschak stepping up. He was walked this last time around. Brendan Ray got off to a bit of a sloppy start, a hit by pitch. Then he walked Kaschak, the number 2 batter in the lineup. But now he sees him for a second time. We'll see if he's got something different for him. And this is going to be taken out to right. It's hanging up there, but a great run by Jack Kenny. We'll end that with our first fly out of the ball game. First time a ball has left the infield. Actually, that's our second fly out of the game. Jack Kenny actually had the sac fly earlier. Now he makes the second play out here in right field. So both times there's been a fly ball. They've been to right. Both times the plays involved Jack Kenny. Once on offense, once on defense. Either way, it's one down. Now at the line, another fly ball. This is going out towards shallow center field. It's called off for and caught by Nick Lesher. So off to a quick start. 2 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 outs. Pretty good way to do that. Now Rocco DeFlorio off the bat. He might be told to play it a bit more patiently at the line this time. Up there at the plate. Last 2 guys go down very quickly. And they had Brendan Ray reeling for a while. He finally got some strikeouts in that last inning, but 5 walks to this point and 10 at-bats. Looks like Fitch was ready to pounce, but still hitless so far in this ballgame, despite some good contact here in the inning. The 0-1 pitch is high to DeFlorio. One is going to be outside as well. Bit of an odd-looking pitch there. It forces Nicky Lewis out of his stance. DeFlorio, his last time up there, was walked. Remember, he's coming off the big performance against South Range. They're looking for some of that magic here with 2 down in the bottom of the third. Swung on, taken to second. Should be an easy play there as Bodie Biggin throws it down to Aiden Anders. The 2 new guys connect for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 third inning for Fitch. They don't make that one last long as we go to the 4th, still knotted up at 1 apiece.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Rain will come and go tomorrow. There'll be some dry intervals.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Let's face it, buying a home is one of the toughest things you'll ever do. At Forever Homes, we are licensed realtors that specialize in representing our clients in the purchase and sale of single-family residences and income property in Columbiana County. We truly love this area. We were born in this area, and we pride ourselves on the knowledge of transactions, school districts, neighborhoods, and related services. So the next time you need to buy or sell your home, make it Forever. Forever Homes Realty.
Top of the 4th inning set to get underway here. Mason Pedritis remains out there on the mound here as he takes on the 4-5-6 hitters of the Howland lineup in Brendan Ray, Nick Lesher, and Jack Kenny. Brendan Ray, his last time up, hit into a fielder's choice that ended off the 1st inning as Fitch comes fresh out of a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd. Not exactly what they were looking for there at the top of their lineup. They got their best hitters out there. Couldn't do anything. They made good contact. All 3 of them put the ball in play. However, it went right to the Howland fielders. And now Pedritis will start us off with ball 1. Now a chopper down the 3rd base line is foul. As Brendan Ray was absolutely chugging down the line. Now he's going to have to go back. I wonder if he's going to have anything left in the tank. He's had a lot of pitchers up there on the mound. They're coming off the quick inning. Should still be decently fresh. Didn't have to use up too much energy there in the 3rd, and hasn't been in action at the plate since the 1st. The 1-1 pitch swung on yet again, but that's going to be strike 2 as Ray can't make contact this time around. The 304 hitter, second highest batting average in the lineup from last season that returns. The reason he's hitting in the 4-hole. Looking to get something out of him here as that ball comes in high above the letters, and it's 2-2. Even count is outside. So yet again, we're going to see Pedritis working in a full count. Seems to be his bread and butter since the 1st inning. Got 2 strikeouts in that last inning. Just allowed 1 hit. His second allowed of the day as this one is skied high, heading out towards foul territory and right, and will just land beyond the fences. So Brendan Ray spared another at-bat. At least one more pitch coming for him as he's making his counterpart work up there on the mound to get him down. 6 pitches thrown to him already. Man, out there in right field, the fence is bent in to allow room for a bullpen. That fence goes straight away as it does here for the backstop. That would be an out. And they won't have to worry much longer as it's strike 3 looking. Ray saw that one coming in high. And the home plate umpire says, nah, he got you. So Nick Leisure, who got a walk back in the second and then later came around to score thanks to a pass ball back up to the plate. Howland's lone run of the day. But so far, it's all they've needed. And that will be ball 1 to start him off. 6 strikeouts for Pedritis so far today, as Fitch does have a man warming up in the bullpen. However, with JV to come later, might be whoever's pitching in the next game. Pedritis has had a good showing so far, but likely to be called here after 4 innings. You don't typically send a pitcher too deep in their first outing of the season. He's had a strong performance, a tight game. You don't want him getting loose in one of these innings, and Howland gets an opportunity to open this one up. Fitch struggled when they had to go to their bullpen in their last game against South Range. That is where 8 of the 9 runs came in, as their starter only went 2 innings. Allowed 1 unearned run. And then in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, when they really had to test that bullpen, they allowed 7 runs. So that's why you're seeing Fitch stay with that starter a little bit longer here in this game against Howland. So it's a walk for the second time for Nick Leisure. And Jack Kenny will come up to the plate. He got the sac fly last time that advanced Leisure up to second. Popped one out to right. And yet again, he's coming out in a near identical situation, except this time they do have 1 out already, as it was Brendan Ray striking out to get the inning started, but it's a 7-pitch at-bat. Time is called here, so we got another softball flying out of the field and left. And another one flies onto the field. Back-to-back foul balls in left. Neither one of them for our game, however. And the first pitch of the at-bat for Jack Kenny will be taken outside. That's going to be ball 1. Nick Leisure on first. Last time out there, we saw Pedritis throw it down to him, I believe it was 2 or 3 times during the course of Kenny's at-bat. We'll see how often Pedritis goes there as well. Leisure not too much of a lead off first, as now this will be popped up straight into the air. The second baseman, Carson Fuller, waves everybody off, and that will be an out, as it's an easy pop fly for out number 2. This will bring Don Santi up to the plane. He was walked, but later caught stealing back in the second inning. 2 down. Howland in need of some contact here. Already 2 hits for him on the day, none of which have brought in any runs. Both of their hits have come with no one on base. In fact, both of them have come after Pedritis throws back-to-back strikeouts in the same inning. 2 strikeouts started the first, and there was a hit by Nicky Lewis. There was back-to-back strikeouts in the third, then a hit by Marco Masucci. So if things continue to line up the way they are, the inning should be coming to an end here, because in all 4 innings, Pedritis has seen 4 hitters, and this is the 4th man coming up to the plate. It's ball 1, though, however, with Don Santi at the plate for the second time in tonight's game. Pitch number 2 swung on, hit right down the line into the glove of the covering Jack Knight, and tradition continues to follow as 4 men up to the plate, 4 men down for the Howland Tigers, as it's been through the last 4 innings. A man left stranded following the ground out to end things out. Pedritis, 4 innings down, and he picks up yet another strikeout, make it 6 on the day.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we are making tax season all about one thing, you. I'm Tracy, and I can make your car buying experience as simple as finding a vehicle you love, getting you approved for financing that works for you, and giving you the customer service you deserve. Purchasing a vehicle doesn't have to be difficult. Find out how easy it can be this tax season at the only dealership that goes the extra mile for you, Greenwood Chevrolet.
Fall is in the air. The kids are back to school, crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small, so it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual review.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance or visit us on the web. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Bottom of the 4th inning here from Coppola Field in Austintown. We're knotted up at 1 apiece, and it's the Fitch Falcons heading back out there to the plate as it's Jackson Cheeks set to lead things off. Last time up at the plate, got deep into the count against Brendan Ray, and then just laid a little dribbler out there right back up to the man who was thrown out at first. As it is the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in Cheeks, Warmouth, and Bell Sullivan. As the first pitch from Ray here in the 4th inning is strike. He's had 2 strikeouts already and 5 walks, but just went through a 1-2-3 third inning, 2 flyouts and a grounder last time. So Fitch starting to make some contact, as up to that point they had only had a ground ball from Cheeks go right up, and this will be a hit by pitch, so Cheeks is going to get on. Second time today we've seen Brendan Ray put one into the shoulder. Last time it happened was Frankie Snediak to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. He later came around to score, so Fitch, I think hoping history can repeat itself a little bit here as Hayden Warmouth steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far. But as I was saying, not a whole lot of contact so far for Fitch today. A double play and a ground ball in the 1st inning as we got a pickoff attempt, but it's going to be Cheeks making his way up to second unscathed. It is a stolen base for the speedy Jackson Cheeks. Yes, it was a similar situation to what caught Don Santi in the 1st inning. However, he took off and never looked back. Santi kind of got caught in no man's land. He was off well before Brendan Ray was going to the plate. It was a legitimate stolen base attempt and no let up. Pedal down all the way, and he's up to second. So a runner in scoring position with no outs for the Fitch Falcons as Warmouth looks at strike 1. And all of a sudden, a hit here for Fitch can bring in their 2nd run of the game, which will give them the lead, obviously. Haven't scored since the very 1st inning. And now a high ball here thrown from Ray. The 1-1 curveball, just catching the north end of the zone. And with that, Nicky Lewis is going to go talk to his pitcher real quick. Might be calling for a certain pitch. Again, giving him a certain location. It's a 1-2 count. We'll see if Ray can grab his 3rd strikeout of the game. Be huge to get one here as Warmouth able to make some contact. Keeps the at-bat alive. Brendan Ray last season, an ERA of 1.62. He was on top of it, very rarely letting a run. Most of his efforts, though, were relief, as that is in there, strike 3, and that is strikeout number 3 as well for Brendan Ray. As now the catcher, Donovan Bell Sullivan, up to the plate. He was walked in his last appearance back in the second inning. Now he's got a runner on second. Fitch is going to have to play aggressive here at the plate. First pitch, high and away. But in the lone appearance in which Brendan Ray was awarded the outcome, he was 1-0. 5 appearances a season ago, so it's one of the longest outings he's had to work through. Going into his 4th inning. This on the inside, nearly caught Bell Sullivan. Thought for a second I might have got him on that elbow pad, but they'll say no, and it's a 2-0 count. Brendan Ray working the bottom third of the lineup now. 7, 8, 9 hitters at the plate, on deck, and into the hole with just one away. Swung on, taken right back up the middle. Bounces off the mound. The throw down to first in time, but in the meantime, a runner advances up to third. But now 2 outs. Hunter works very much the same as a sacrifice fly. A little bit more danger on it, as that ball was grounded out to Gamino. Right back up the middle. And really, if it's not for that pitcher's mound being raised, that's into the outfield and probably scores Jackson Cheeks. Now Jack Knight at the plate. He was also walked his last time up. Before being thrown out in a fielder's choice to end off that inning. The 1-0 becomes the 2-0. Fitch in desperate search of their first hit of the ball game. This would be maybe the most crucial one as well, as it would give them the lead, depending on where this ball is hit to. Anything down in the outfield guaranteed to score that run. If it's hit into the infield, it becomes a more so a third base manager decision on whether or not he wants to send Cheeks, as that is on the inside. And for the second time today, Jack Knight is walked. Brendan Ray just does not want to attack the 8-hole hitter, as it's a 4-pitch walk. And now the lethal Carter Owens stepping up to the plate. Big-time hitter, great at making contact. As we will see Coach Zach Byler coming out to the mound to talk to his man. Probably telling him, hey, you don't have to worry about that guy at first or third. Worry about the guy at the plate. Strike him out when we get out of here. Let him ground to put the ball on the ground. We got some really good infielders that have played well so far today. Gamino with 2 outs. Brendan Ray's heading out of his zone. And, of course, they got the other one from Bodie Biggin. They've gotten around the yard here so far. The only guy in the infield that hasn't touched it is Don Santi. And he'll be holding the runner potentially over here at third unless they elect to pull him off and just play the field, which looks like they're doing. Anders will hold at first with Jack Knight. Carter Owens at the plate. 2 on, 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brendan Ray trying to keep his hitless game afloat. Carter playing deep in that box, all the way back to the white line, trying to give himself as much time to see Ray's pitch as possible. The 1-0 down, swung on, taken out to right, but foul. No wind here to help or hurt these hitters. As Owens in search of hit number 1. Pitch down from Ray is no good. That's ball 2. So now the 2-1 count. Brandon Ray starting to feel the pressure up there on the mound with the runners on at the corners. He misses high again. And Frankie Sinediak awaits on deck if this becomes ball 4. The leadoff hitter for Austintown Fitch. That's exactly who they want to send out there. With bases loaded. Can hardly find a better time for your leadoff hitter to go out there. He's a guy that just finds a way to get on base. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, made contact in his second at-bat in the second inning. And a throwback to first. Jackson Cheeks, I think, thought about going. That's a throw you got to be careful about if you're Ray. Might have just wanted a second moment as he threw it over to Aiden Anders. You miss that, you give up the lead. In a big-time way, Cheeks, not a guy to be under cautious with. Brings a lot of speed to the bag. Swing and a foul ball at the plate. Carter Owens made subtle contact there. And now full count. 2 down, 2 on. And we're either getting bases loaded, a run in, or an out. Some kind of way, that's how it's going down. Who's going to give? A swing and another foul. Carter Owens really starting to eye up the ball. Couple of foul balls here in this at-bat. He's making Brendan Ray work for it. Question becomes, how many more times can you put the ball in that strike zone? If you're Brendan Ray, going up against a strong hitter, you got maybe an even better one waiting on deck. He's got to play it cautious without being reckless. Full count yet again. Swung on, taken out to right. And this will be caught out there in shallow right field by Jack Kenny. So Fitch once again leaves runners on base. As that time they had ones on the corner. We head to the 5th inning. Still tied at 1 apiece here on your Sports Network.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be-open Gaba Camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Well, he's done so well, he's bought himself an extra inning. Mason Pedritis still out there on the mound as we go into the 5th inning. His last time out there, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. A fly ball to short and a ground ball to first was all he saw. He's done a good job so far. He's got the 8-9-1 hitters due up in Aiden Anders, Bodie Biggin, and Robert Gamino. First pitch skips in there. Make it a 1-0 start to the back third or back 3 innings. This is hit straight back up the middle. And Aiden Anders with his first hit here as a Tiger sends a line drive to straightaway center field, and it's a man on to lead off the inning. First time there's been a hit with no outs in the inning for the Howland Tigers. They're third of the game, and immediately Coach Joe Parrish coming out to talk to Pedritis. Big time situation now for Howland as they're looking to get back after the Falcons failed at capitalizing on their last opportunity. They had 2 guys on base, or they had a guy on base with just the 2 outs. They're on third, weren't able to bring him home. Now Howland gets a guy on immediately as well. See if they can bring him around. Bodie Biggin at the plate. Struck out his last time. No change for Pedritis on the mound yet. He's definitely earned himself this 5th inning. Wonder how deep they're going to let him work. Had to use their bullpen a lot in their last game. Bunt attempt, not able to make contact from Biggin. That's strike 1 for him. Carter Owens crashing from third. He's ready for it. I don't think you're likely to see Biggin drop down that bunt attempt. He got the look he wanted, couldn't make the contact. Now you say, go ahead, swing. You can't get into an 0-2 hole against Pedritis. He's too strong of a pitcher, and you struck out the last time up. And, again, they will not let him bunt there after he missed that first one. So it's an 0-2 count after he looks at the pitch in the top left-hand corner of the zone. And he's down 0-2 with a runner on. Bodie Biggin trying to avoid the 0-for-2 here on the day as he swings at strike 3, but it took just 3 pitches there this time around for Pedritis to earn this strikeout. Been a while since he's been able to do that. But now we go back to the top of the lineup when the man Robert Gamino, who's 0-for-2 today and is definitely due for his first hit of the season, a .238 hitter last year. Expect that number to go up a little bit. So you expect maybe about a 1-for-4 to throw back to first. Not in time. Expect maybe a 1-for-4 and with an 0-for-2 mark. Expect one of these next 2 at-bats, if he can get another one in today, he's going to find his way on base. And time is called. Gamino had an on-base percentage last year of 42%. Throw back to first. They've got the man in the pickle. The throw to second. No, he's going to try and just get out of the way. And for the second time, Pedritis gets the pickoff back to first. So Aiden Anders is out. And that is huge here for the Fitch Falcons. The man is taken off the board, and we go back to the plate. Robert Gamino all of a sudden in a completely different situation here. Had a man on with 1 out, probably looking to get that sac fly or hit something deep. Now he's just got to find a way on base. The second pitch he looks at, low and away. This is ball 2. Pedritis trying to make it his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. His counterpart did so back in the third. He has still seen 4 in every inning. That's strike 1 as he absolutely ripped the heater past Gamino. Gamino's had his struggles today. I think you're going to continue to see Pedritis attack now that no one else is out on base. Oh, this is high and outside, going for that top right-hand corner. He's really liked that spot today. He's found some success with it as well. Tried to go back there, but it's not to be. And there's strike 2. So yet again, Pedritis is going to make things a full count. An emphasis on the dramatics for him on the mound here today. He's caught 2 guys with his pickoff. He's had more than a few full counts. He has definitely made this an exciting outing out on the mound. Oh, I'm sure Fitch fans would be just fine if he decided to go with a couple easy strikeouts here and there as Gamino pops this one up, and it will go out of play. into the crowd and right. So we remain in the full count. Just to check in here in the softball game, in the top of the 6th inning, still tied up at 0. It's been a tight contest over there as well. 2 great games going on here in Austintown today. As this again will be fouled back. Gamino not going to make it easy on Pedritis to get out of this inning. They got out of the jam in terms of the runner. Gamino, though, still trying to keep it alive. Well, I just happened to speak, and all of a sudden out there in our softball game, Falcons take the lead 1-0 as Gamino strikes this one into right, and he will get on. First time today there's been 2 hits in an inning, as that is the 4th of the ball game. Unfortunate part here is that probably would have been enough to get their runner, at least up to second, maybe third if he was going. Unfortunately now it just leaves the one man out there. As Marco Masucci got a hit his last time up, trying to make it 2 on the day. But as I mentioned the other game, Falcons now lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They've passed us in terms of how long they're playing tonight. Both started at 4:30 this afternoon. You want to see how that game ends, you can go back to your sports network on the live games. Check out that one. Come on back. This one will still be here. Another throwback to first. He does not get Gamino this time around. But that game very much likely to end before ours does, as they're already closing in on their grand finale unless we see extra innings, which, looking at the scoreboard, might be likely here in both games in Austintown. As the 1-0 pitch is going to be looked at as well. 2-0. Tigers have Jack Kenny warming up in the bullpen as another throwback to first from Pedritis. He's trying to catch Gamino. Doesn't get him that time. He's gotten 2 guys on that pickoff throw so far today. He was looking for number 3. So Howland likely bringing in a new pitcher here for the bottom half of the inning. Pedritis will outlast his counterpart. Now 4 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits allowed. Masucci at the plate in the 3-0 hole. Watches strike 1 go by. The pitch, you're almost going to always see a player take off unless they're looking for a hit late in the ball game. That 3-0 count, you're just hoping that misses. You're not even looking to swing. It's almost a free pitch for most guys out there. 3-1 count is looked at. That is ball 4. So runners on first and second. A bit of a 2-out rally now for the Tigers.
Tiger catcher.
As 3 of the 4 guys in the inning they've sent up have gone out there and gotten on base. 1 was caught stealing, however. And the one man that didn't get on was struck out. So now at the plate, Nicky Lewis. With 2 on, 2 away, trying to keep the 2-out rally going. Pedritis really giving a hard look back to Camino at second. And time is called just as Pedritis was about to deliver the pitch. So a bit of mind games going here between pitcher and batter. Nicky Lewis made contact in both at-bats today. He's 1 for 2. Had a ground ball make its way into left. Then hit a line drive right into the hands of the shortstop his last time up there. Now the runner in scoring position needs another one to the outfield. And a pickoff attempt back to second. And nothing there as Frankie Sanediak was the covering player. Carson Fuller came in. They go for the fake out. He draws back out. Sanediak sneaks in the back door. And they hope to catch Robert Gamino off his guard, but he's able to slink back in time. Throwing it back to second, one of the harder pickoff attempts to do. The pitcher has to turn around so much, give a really good opportunity for the runner to get his way back. This ball is passed, and this will advance all the runners. So second and third with 2 away. That is the third time Pedritis has had a pass ball tonight. And now Nicky Lewis with a big RBI opportunity with 2 on and 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Howland won both of the matchups last year, 3-1 and 9-2. This would make the score 3-1 if you can bring in both runners. The pitch home is looked at. That is strike 1. The 2-0 hole starts the at-bat. Pedritis with a lot of room to make up now. Coach Joe Paris determined to let his man finish out the inning. Swing and a miss. That one high in the zone. Pedritis evens it back at 2, and now 1 pitch away from getting out of the biggest jam of the ball game so far. Pedritis with the pitch. And this is low. Full count. You talk about pressure. It doesn't get any bigger than this early on in the season. Sure, you might get some bigger opportunities down later. But at this point, your first start, this is a big pitch coming up. Taken straight away center field. This is down. 1 run is going to score. And Lewis will hold up at first as 2 runs come across the plate as Howland takes the lead on a big 2-out rally. A perfectly hit line drive into straightaway center field. With the center fielder out there and Drew Kaschak playing a little bit out of position towards left, I think we're going to see the end of Pedritis' afternoon as he is done with 4 2/3 innings. Had his way in a lot of this. 7 strikeouts for him as just 4 walks on 5 hits. But the 3 runs coming into score are definitely going to hurt as he lets up 3 of those 5 hits here just in this inning. So it might have worked him just a little bit too long. But the 2 RBIs score Gamino and Masucci. And the top third of the lineup delivers. That is exactly what you're looking for when you're calling in your top third of the lineup. Hey, you got a guy on an 8 and Anders. Bring him home. He gets caught stealing and no blinking there from Robert Gamino. He gets the line drive out to left. He gets on base. Masucci gets walked. They get the double steal thanks to the pass ball. And then Nicky Lewis, a guy who goes 0 for 9 in his appearances last season, didn't get a hit last year. Not only does he pick up his 2nd hit of the game, he puts this to straightaway center field deep enough to score both of his runs, then pulls in at first safely. Talk about the big spark that this Howland Tigers team needed. Well, there it is, and that's what the doctor ordered, as we will see our first pitching change of the day. This will be number 7 in Frankie Puglisi, as he will come on to replace Pedritis, and will step aside as he continues to warm up here in the top of the 5th.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back to your sports network. I'm Alec Caberna with Frankie Puglisi up there on the mound to replace Mason Pedritis after 4 2/3 innings. He will see his counterpart in Brendan Ray, as the first pitch he delivers down is outside. Pedritis exit the game. 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 hits, and 3 runs as a pickoff attempt back to first. Not there as Nicky Lewis just about fell off the bag as well. This will not change the Falcons lineup as they have elected to use their designated hitter for the day, Pedritis not in that lineup. So not expected to change, but they can. It would replace Rocco DeFlorio, who's 0 for 1 in 2 attempts so far at the plate. You're not likely, though, to take out that big kind of power hitter, not when you're facing a deficit. As there's the first strike for Frankie up there on the mound. As the Falcons trying to get over their woes here against their conference opponent in the Howland Tigers. Now ball 3, this is high. 2-out rally, maybe extending to a 4th player, Brendan Ray. He's 0 for 2 today with a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Trying to get on base for the first time tonight. Frankie's pitch popped straight up into the air, and no play will be able to be made as this drops in behind the press box for strike 2. A quick look back to first. The runner goes on the full count. This is outside, and so the 2-out rally continues. As Brendan Ray gets on base. Nick Leisure back up there in Leisure today. 2 walks in 2 attempts, or 2 appearances, I should say, and he scored on his first one. Trying to bring in some RBIs on what would be his first hit if he can deliver and grow this lead out. And yet again for Fitch, 4 very clean innings. You don't allow much. And now you get into the 5th, 6th, 7th, and the skies begin to open up. Those barn doors open, the horses are coming out for your opponents, and they're starting to put some runs on. Something Fitch is going to have to work on as they get deeper into this season. You have to finish games as this is hit to right. They will hold up the runner at third, so we have the bases loaded now with 2 outs off the line drive into right. Another hit here in the inning for Howland. As they are absolutely making this ball game on the edge of a blowout if they can put something else in play. Despite the fact they've had 4 hits, they have not had consecutive hits in the inning. They had a hit to start out, then a strikeout, then a hit, then a walk, then a hit, then a walk, and now a hit. And Jack Kenny will come up. He's put the ball in play both times he's been up there. A sac fly to right in the first, and a fly out to the second baseman in the 4th. As we are up to the 8th man we've seen in the inning for the Howland Tigers. Frankie Puglisi out there on the mound. Allows his first hit. Has a walk as well. However, if the man from third scores, that will go on Pedritis' record, not his. As the first ball, this is past. The runner coming to the plate. Slides, scores. And Howland adds on another as everybody advances off the passed ball. Well, that brings in Nicky Lewis. Not the fastest guy. That's why he was held up on the ball hit to right. But they send him on the passed ball. Second time today that Howland has scored thanks to a passed ball. Again, something this bullpen's going to have to clean up. When you have that guy on third, you have to play extra careful. Now another one going to skip into the dirt. Puglisi just trying to end off the inning without any more damage coming in. 3 runs scored already. A swing. This will go out to second. It's bobbled. The throw not in time. Another run will score. And runners on at the corner. And surely this will go down as an error. It bounces into the glove of Carson Fuller, and he just drops it. And yes, it will go down as an E4. So yet again, no back-to-back hits, however, it does the same. Brings in an RBI as well as Brendan Ray is in to score. Now out there on the base paths, Nick Leisure at third and Jack Kenny at first. First pitch we see is a ball. 4 runs now in the inning for the Howland Tigers. Fitch digging themselves a big hole Going to be tough to get out of at this point. Still hitless in their first 4 innings. The pitch swung on. A dribbler foul. Just landing to the right of the left-handed batter's box. Don Santi at the plate, the 9th man we've seen as they're trying to go all the way around here in the 5th inning. Runners on at the corners, 1-1 count, 2 away. Check swing, they'll say it was in the zone anyways. So 1-2 goes the count. And over on the softball field, that game has come to its close. 1-0 to score. The Fitch Falcons take down the Howland Tigers in softball. However, things are going the opposite direction here on the baseball diamond. Count remains 1-2 for Santi at the plate. The Tigers trying to win their opening day game. After their prior matchups were canceled, we were supposed to take on Cardinal Mooney on Saturday. The runner goes on the 1-2. This is another pass ball breaking to the plate. And no, Sullivan gets there. Now he's chasing him back to third. The tag is applied, and he is out trying to make his way back to third. So Don Santi will be back at the plate in the 6th inning as the pass ball does not cost the Falcons this time around as they catch Nick Leisure trying to steal home. Bill Sullivan with the good play. 1 man left stranded. Falcons up to bat after allowing 4 in the top of the 5th.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
I've been in a long...
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Frankie Sinetiak back up there to lead off the inning. It's the 1-2-3 hitters due up for the Fitch Falcons as they will yet again take on Brendan Ray, who threw 4 innings, working on a no-hitter against the Fitch Falcons. The 1 run did come in to score. That'll be against him. No perfect game for him as he also has had 7 walks here in the game, but 3 strikeouts, and you haven't let a hit he's had some really good play behind him. That's been a leading factor in today's game, is the play of the Howland fielders. They can keep play like this up. It's going to be a nice season for him. You don't allow an error through 4 innings against a very tough Fitch crew, who sure hasn't played their best, but they've been putting balls in play. Whoa, that's a very close pitch, but it's no good. Now we saw on the other side, the starting pitcher in Mason Pedritis kind of let loose here in the 5th inning. Got a little too deep for him. Probably should have taken him out after 4. Now Howland's going to do the same thing. They bring their starting pitcher back out for a 5th inning. And so far doing all right. 2-2 count to the first man he sees. We can just wonder, will Fitch finally be able to open the doors going through this lineup for the 3rd time? 2-2, swung on, taken out to second. Bodie Biggin throws it down to Aiden Anders. And it's 1 up, 1 down for the Fitch Falcons. Not what they were looking for after giving up the big top half of the inning. They need something back on this end. Drew Kaschak at the plate. His last 2 appearances, he was walked and then flew out to right his last time up. He's been on base once, but he was actually caught out due to a double play as the big curve for Brendan Ray slinks in there, and it's an 0-1 count. Now this one right on the paint as it's low and inside. Brendan Ray, a strikeout in his last inning, but he also had 2 walks, 1 via the hit by pitch. Despite the fact that he's playing this well and hasn't seen more than 5 guys in an inning, and he's seen 5 guys in an inning 3 times, then had a 1-2-3 inning back in the 3rd. He's just playing very smooth. There doesn't seem to be any hitches in his game up there at the mound. Everything he does, there's a purpose to it. And that's really helped him out despite the fact that he's giving up walks. As you can see on the scoreboard, the defense behind him and the other things that he's doing up there is making up for the deficit he's starting to build with the walks. A swing. This one will go over to short. Gamino fields, throws low. 1 hops in there, and Aiden Anders holds on to it for out number 2. So yet again, good, well, I'd say they're great defensive play, as that was Drew Kaschak absolutely flying down the line, nearly beat out the throw due to the 1 hop in there. But now Carson Fuller out there, he's made contact both times he stepped up to the plate, hit into a 6-4-3 double play his first time around, then flew out to center back in the 3rd inning. So an 0-for-2 day for him. Looking to get back into the hits column. As he does so, he hits this straight down the line in 3rd. He rounds first, takes a look at second. He will go. No one is covering the bag as the throw comes back into 3rd. It's a 2-out double for Carson Fuller. You thought it had to come here at some point. They needed their first hit, and they finally do, as their first hit comes with 2 outs in the 5th inning on a big rip down the line. And so Fitch at least looking to get 1 back here in the inning. As if you recall back to the top half of the inning, it was all thanks to a 2-out rally started by one of the men in the top 3rd of their lineup. Got things going and came off the 3rd man, and Nicky Lewis. He had that big hit, brought in 2 RBIs. And now you see Carson Fuller, the 3rd man in the lineup here for the Falcons, get on top of a ball, drives it into left. And he brings in an opportunity to get some runs on the board, as we will see a pinch runner in the form of Jake Wallace to replace Carson Fuller. So a new runner out there is Rocco DeFlorio, the designated hitter, steps in. They're going to call a strike on this. I think they're saying DeFlorio went around. The ball hopped into the plate. That's what was being discussed. Even the second check down to the other umpire. He'll stay with the home man. It's a strike. Crowd doesn't like it. I don't think DeFlorio went all the way around. That one's on the ground as well. So back-to-back, hopping in there for Brendan Ray. Got to find a way to recenter himself out there on the mound. You saved from a 2-0 hole to the check swing by DeFlorio, or so it was called. 1-1 with 2 down. Fitch crowd hasn't had much to cheer about. Third one going to skip in. Might be a time Zach Byler can go out there and either calm his pitcher down or pull him out. Yeah, the guy starts skipping pitches and something's clearly off with his game. You wonder, is he getting out of energy? He hasn't had to work out of the stretch too much today. Is he uncomfortable? Really something is off. And now this one floats in high. Well, he's definitely mistiming these. Tried to make the adjustment there, over-adjust, and he goes high instead of low. With a 3-1 count. Walking to Florio, though, not the worst situation, as you got a big hitter at the plate. You don't necessarily want to give him a meatball right down the middle, as this will be a walk. First of the inning. And all of a sudden, Fitch looking at a 2-out rally. Jackson Cheeks coming up. A ground out in the first, a hit by pitch in his last at-bat in the fourth. And now 2 on with 2 away here in the fifth. The team finally picks up their first hit of the game. Now can they make it 2 in the same inning? The pitch down from Ray, swung on, a chopper down to second, an easy flip over, and Fitch leaves 2 stranded here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So after 5, it's the Howland Tigers leading the Falcons yet again, 5-1.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture, as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you...
Welcome back to Kupala Field. I'm Alec Caberna. We have the Tigers and the Falcons going at it. Final 2 innings of play coming up here on your sports network. The Tigers lead it 5-1 with Frankie Puglisi out there on the mound. And coming up to bat yet again will be Don Santi. He was in the batter's box to end out the 5th inning, but now he will return to the plate. And we'll get a fresh set of things as the first pitch he sees is fouled out of play. That will be strike 1 to get us started. Puglisi didn't have too smooth of an entry into the game, as just the 1/3 inning pitch, the walk, the hit, an error behind him, 2 pass balls, and a run came in to score. 2 actually came in while he was out there. 1, though, gets credited to Pedritis as he put the man on base. They're hoping here in this, what will be really his first full inning of work, that he can smooth things out and get Fitch back up to the plate in quick order. They can get a rally going with just 6 outs left before maybe dropping to 0-2 here in the early part of the season. I mentioned earlier, not too many times you can say that about a Fitch program, that they're off to a cold start, but that seems to be the case here. He's having an error with the bats. They, as you've seen today, they haven't had a problem getting on base. They have had 9 guys to get on base on 8 hits. They've had, 8 guys on walks, 1 man on a hit. Only able to manage the 1 run, and it came off of a balk back in the 2nd inning. Maybe say, they're going to get a chance to work on their situational play, but they haven't even had that today. They have to find a way to get guys up to 2nd and 3rd. They're getting on base, but the lack of advancement has been a real problem. And now a line drive down first, out of play. And our count remains 2-2 for Howland. Now, up to that 5th inning, they really hadn't had much. Pedritis had him locked down. He was playing really awesome up there on the mound. Got tired, and Howland was quick to jump on that. They do go down 2-0 down two outs, and they respond perfectly. That's exactly what you want a team to do with 2 outs in an inning. Oh! Puglisi gets the ball sent right back at him, and he catches it. Wow. I thought we were going to need about a couple minutes delay there, but he's able to slide down, perfectly places his mitt in front of his head as everyone on the team cut up to go, hey, nice job there. That was a phenomenal catch from Frankie Puglisi. Survival mode kicked in there. He's probably got enough adrenaline in his body right now to flip over a tank. We'll see if he can bring up his pitch speed a little bit on these next couple throws. Might be seeing the fastest pitches of his young career. The amount of adrenaline he probably has going in his arms right about now. First pitch. Yeah, you would have guessed it. A strike on a fastball right down the middle. Yeah, no surprise there. Might see him just keep it all fastballs on this at-bat. Seems to be the way to go. After that was a nice heater. Ooh, tries another one and instead puts this into the dome of Aiden Anders. Would have hit him low as he tried to duck underneath it. So man on base here with 1 away for the Howland Tigers as this brings up to the plate Bodie Biggin. 0 for 2 so far on the day. 2 strikeouts for him. As we're starting to get dark, the lights flash on here in Austintown as we approach sunset here in probably the next couple hours, but with the clouds here today, don't get the benefit. Sunset expected 7:42, so about an hour left of the sunlight. JV will be playing in the dark here after this game. That will not be broadcasted on ysnlive.com. A man on. Biggins at the plate. It's a 1-0 count for him here. And now a 2-0 count. Was following the great play by Puglisi. One runner on, and now a fly ball, foul. Gotta say, the 2 new additions here in the bottom of the lineup, and Aiden Anders and Bodie Big, and I'm sure we'll get rolled in and out, but being infielders, I'd say so far out there on the base pads, as defenders, they've done a stellar job. No errors from them. Couple times they've been tested, some hoppers, some fast ground balls. They've both played it well at the plates. Biggins 0 for 2 on the strikeout so far. Anders, though, hit by pitch. He got a line drive. Got caught stealing out there, so some room to make up for sure, but seen some flashes out there from those 2 out on the field. I'm sure they'll be rotated in and out this season, as that is ball 4. Much to the despair of Frankie Puglisi. I think he thought 2 of those were definite strikes in there. They were close. He had some awfully close pitches. Ultimately, that umpire's decision is final. No challenging it. We don't have those robo-umps that they have in minor league baseball. believe are being introduced to the major level as well here. Here in high school, well, you got a set of eyes. As that will be outside as well as we go back to the top of the lineup in Robert Gamino. Last time out there, put one right down the line into right. Later came around to score thanks to the hit by Nicky Lewis. And now he's going to crank one. This is going to left center. Oh, and a great run out there by the center fielder, and Drew Kaschak will hold him up. And a great throw as well will hold the runners in place. So now 2 outs off of a huge fly ball from Robert Gamino. You know, he hit that ball. We got corners here that are 313. You know, some ballparks, that thing's probably right up at the fence, maybe over it. Bit of a larger size field here in Austintown. First ball on the ground to Marco Masucci. He's been on base twice in his 3 appearances, once via the hit, once via the walk. And was struck out in his only other appearance of the day. The pitch from Pugliese on the inside, and it's 2-0. And that is in there. That's strike 1. Just nicked the top corner of the zone. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on, sent right back into the fence. He's out of play, so strike at 2. 2-2 count, 2 on, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. As this is the 5th man up to the plate so far in the 6th. But Glee's trying to make it the last as well. And he will not. And they're going to say this hit him. She'll walk him on the base, why don't you? It is a second hit by pitch of the inning for Frankie up on the mound. And now the bases are loaded as the umpire has to go over to the Howland dugout and tell him to stop with the chanting they're doing over there. A bit of chirping out to the pitcher. He's trying to go out there and say, hey, calm it down. So 3 walks in the inning, 2 via the hit by pitch. The bases are loaded for Nicky Lewis, who, as you remember, delivered big time in the 5th. And trying to do so yet again here. Now a pass ball. This is flying in the air. But Bell Sullivan showed off the speed his last time, was able to get back there quickly this time around and saves this from any runs coming in to score. And I don't think Howland was going to test it with Aiden Anders being the lead runner. First baseman, typically not the fastest guys out there. And when you got a guy in Sullivan who already showed, hey, if you're going to try me and you don't have some speedy wheels of your own, you're not going to get there, probably a safe call to just, hey, let's hold it here. Lewis delivered last time up to the plate. Let's see if he can do it again. He's put it in play all 3 times he's been at the plate tonight. He watches that one go in for strike 1. Hit it to left, hit it to center. Looks like he should be aiming for about right field this time up. Although all 3 of his plate appearances have been against Pedritis. The first time he sees Frankie here today, he was the last man to see Mason Pedritis out there on the mound. His big hit sent him out. 2-1. This is looked at. A great pitch there from Pugliese, right on the inside. Now the pitch, right back up the middle. Nicky Lewis is going to deliver again. They're going to send the runner from second, trying to make this another 2 RBI hit, and it is. So Howland makes it a 7-1 game as yet again a line drive to straightaway center field for Nicky Lewis. Brings in 2 runs. This time he brings in the 2 new men, and Aiden Anders and Bodie Biggin. And with that, this will mark the end of the evening for Frank Pugliese, as he heads out. So yet again, Nicky Lewis says good night to a pitcher and sends him out of here. So we will step aside as Howland continuing to open up the barn doors here in the back half of the game.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back as the Fitch Falcons will call on John Darley, one of the new men of the roster here this season, as the junior who will play pitcher and outfield for the Falcons this season. Takes to the mound to replace Frankie Pugliese after one inning pitched for him. 4 walks, 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 runs come in to score. He's also responsible for the 2 out there on base right now as Brendan Ray will be the first to see John Darnley here in the 2023 campaign, as the first pitch will be a strike and a foul ball. And what a time to be Nicky Lewis. You don't get a hit all last season. You're 0 for 9, not a whole lot of playing time. And here you are opening day against a Division I school in Austintown Fitch. 3 hits on 4 RBIs. And you're pretty much the leading man, and no doubt today's player of the game, unless Fitch can do something here in the final stages. 6 outs for them left on their side of the batter's box. They're going to need a big inning here in the bottom of the 6th to make the 7th competitive, because with the way things are tuning up, this is hit out to short. A step on second will end the inning, so 1 up for John Darnley, 1 down thanks to the ground out to shortstop. And so the bleeding stops there. Only 2 runs allowed here in the top of the 6th, but now 6 runs in the last 2 innings. They're going to need Darnley to step up big in the 7th, and they're going to need this lineup to go big here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if they can do it when we come back to your sports network.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
I'm Tracy, and I can make your car buying experience.
Welcome back to Austintown as the Tigers lead the Fitch Falcons 7-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm Alec Caberna. And to much of my surprise, the Howland Tigers are going to send Brendan Ray out to at least start a 6th inning. You wonder what that says about the depth of their pitching rotation and how they feel about it. It either means it's not there or they have so much confidence in the way Brendan Ray has played through 6 innings that they're going to let him go out there through 5 innings, and they're going to let him go out there and see if he can finish off a one-hitter, 1-run allowed game. Now, he has not been perfect. 8 walks for him. He's allowed the 1 hit, the 1 run, but I think maybe most importantly, you don't want to touch this line behind him because his infield and outfield have both been spectacular here today. So Howland not changing anything, as Fitch Falcons sent 5 guys up in the last inning and left 2 men stranded. With 2 outs, they had 2 guys on, couldn't deliver. And now, to start things out, will be Hayden Warmouth. We'll see what he's got for them all here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Time for some hits to start rolling through for Austintown Fitch. Not often a quiet team when it comes to the runs department. You even had 4 in their loss to South Range in their previous game. Not often they are held to just 1. Not often you see many teams held to just 1. It's a very competitive region. A lot of good bats around here. And for Fitch, they're expected to compete every year, especially in this conference, but it seems that their Achilles heel is this Howland Tiger crew. Now, I half expect Fitch to come out of here and just go on an absolute tear. Their next couple of games, we'll see Howland again tomorrow, 5 p.m. game back here. But then on Thursday, they will take on Poland, again, a home game here at 5 p.m. Then on this Friday, they will play Columbiana here at home as well. A 2-2 count ends up in a foul ball. After that, on Monday, they will go see Boardman twice on Monday and Tuesday. The first game on Monday here in Austintown, second game out there in Boardman. Then finally, their first true road game will go out to see Green next Wednesday. That's how the next week lines up for Fitch. A very busy schedule for them. Pretty competitive one at that, too. Columbiana, a great team last year, trying to repeat again. Back-to-back good seasons for them. Boardman, obviously, winners of the AAC last year and upset this Fitch crew in the postseason. That should be a heck of a series on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Again, Fitch is going to have to see this Howland crew tomorrow. We'll see if they can take care of them or if they'll fall again. It's a very interesting set of things to go on, but that's going to be a strikeout. Just the 4th of the day for Brendan Ray, and somehow he's going into the 6th inning, and he strikes out Hayden Warmouth for the 3rd time. 3 of his 4 strikeouts have been in the 6-hole hitter. And now Donovan Bell-Sullivan coming up to the plate, needing to deliver something here. You don't need a home run. You just need to get on base. Whether it's a walk or a hit, at this point it doesn't really matter. Fitch needs base runners. But as I was saying, it's a tough set of games for Fitch coming out of it. Part of me expects them to just go on a big tear, and we'll see them again come postseason time, and they'll be good to go. But you just wonder, 0-2 start, tough schedule coming up, as this is a pop fly right into the hands of Bodie Biggin. As it's a quick start to the inning again for Austintown Fitch, as now Jack Knight comes out there. Just wonder how this off start's gonna set the tempo, set the mood for this season for Fitch. Gonna have to find a way to bounce back, no doubt about that. Not a team you expect to stay down for very long, no matter who their schedule says is coming up next. But coming up next, though, on the other side for Howland, after they see Fitch again tomorrow night, they have Nordonia on Friday. That one on the road. Then their first home game of the season will be against Hubbard this Saturday at 5. An 0-1 count at the plate. This is Brendan Ray trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning if he can send him down. Now 0-2. After Hubbard, they will see Poland on Thursday. on the road, and then they will be on the road against Chardon, a team that knocked them out of the postseason last year in the sectional final. So both these teams are going to see the teams they lost to in the sectional final within the next week. Strange way to start the season there. Don't see that too often as this is hit out to right. This is down, and this will be a base runner with one out in the inning. Jack Knight delivers. He was walked his prior two at-bats. Finally gets something to swing at, and he does not waste any time. And now the Falcons in the hunt for a two-out rally as Carter Owens comes up to the plate for his third attempt of the game. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to his credit so far. But now he's got Jack Knight out on first, who's been on base all 3 times today, twice via the walk, now once via the hit. As the Falcons with 2 hits on the game, Brendan Ray still trying to keep him down, though. This ball is high. It gets past him, and this will be a free base out there for Jack Knight. First time today that a ball has gotten past Nicky Lewis. He has had quite the outing behind the plate. He's got glue in that glove is what it feels like. Nothing is getting past him. The first time it does, just gets too far out of his reach. And now a great answer for Brendan Ray. Comes after the hitter with a strike right down the middle of the plate. Just delivered the heater in there, and it's a 1-1 count. 2 out, a man on second, and Jack Knight. Carter Owens played great this past summer. Trying to translate that now into the spring. And that is in there, strike, a high one at that. I don't think Owens liked it very much. Came in right about the letters. But now it's a 1-2 count. Brendan Ray trying to strike out 2 men in the same inning for just the second time today. Last did it back in the second. The pitch down to Carter Owens. A big curveball never drops. $7 p.m. our local time here as we enter the waning stages of today's ball game. 2-2, and it's a strikeout. So Brendan Ray goes 6 complete innings, and it only looks like he's getting better from here, as for just the second time all day, he does not walk a player in the inning. So after 6, Howland up 7-1 as we head to the final inning of play here in Austintown.
I've been in a lot of different departments. I love the customers. I'm like the mother hen, gotta take care of everybody, and that includes customers and employees. I try to make people feel comfortable when they come in because we are busy, but I try to welcome them and do whatever I can to expedite the customer I have in front of me to take care of the next one. My name's Chrissy Lilly. I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clem. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
The environment in the hospital.
Welcome back. 1 inning to go here from Austintown, and we got some changes to the field for Fitch. Now up there on the mound to replace John Darnley after just 1/3 inning. No stats down for him is Stevie Palmer, making his first appearance for Austintown Fitch, one of the new additions to their roster this season to replace one of their 6 seniors lost. He's one of the 6 new entries, and he will take over, as well as Nate Mickahagan, who will go behind home plate, and Brady Lowe will take over at third, and I believe Carter Owens has been switched to second base. As up at the plate to get us started is Nick Leisure, who gets this one sky high, drops it into right center field, making the turn to second, but he will wisely go back to first. So it's a leadoff single for the Howland Tigers here in the 7th inning, not content to just let their lead stay at 6. They're going to try and push it here in the final inning. Really make it hard on Austintown Fitch to crawl back into this ball game. They've scored in both the 5th and 6th innings, trying to make it the 7th. And this game feels almost reminiscent of what Fitch saw to the Raiders. Is now this ball is passed, and this will allow the runner up to second. So a runner in scoring position already, as Jack Kenny at the plate, trying to get on base or get a hit for the first time. Had a sac fly in the 2nd, a fly ball in the 4th, got on base via the error in his last at-bat, but did bring in a run in the process. So he's at least got the RBI under his cap today, as that ball is outside for him. Stevie Palmer just called in here to maintain this deficit. Don't let it grow, and already in danger of that here early on. As the Falcons going through some growing pains here early on with their younger members, getting some new guys out here on the field. You don't expect perfection right away, but this is Fitch baseball. You normally expect these guys to be pretty good, and I'd say for the most part they've shown it. They've shown flashes of that greatness that we expect. I mean, Pedritis had his flat-out awesome 4 innings. Jackson Cheeks has shown a lot here today. Snediak leading off has done really well for him. Darnley came in, and, I mean, he needed to get out one guy. He got out one guy. First time we're seeing Palmer. We haven't Hayden Warmouth, one of their other new guys out there. 3 strikeouts for him today, but he's played well in the field. No errors for him so far. They've gone up against a pitcher who has certainly played well on the other side, well enough to, put them in the position they are, especially with the fielders behind them. Don Santee out there at the plate looking to drop down the bunt after Kenny got the walk. And now this one goes in below his feet. Has to jump over it. So the new additions for Austintown Fitch, I'd say they're playing well. Now you got to blend it together, work on that chemistry, and start putting some hits together. Just 2 hits in the game for them. Really seemed to be their biggest struggle on the day. Still an inning to go. They're going to need to put some together. Before they get there, though, Stevie Palmer's got to find his rhythm. Not easy making your first appearance. Junior season, making his way onto the varsity roster. And he'll miss a 4th straight ball at the legs. And he will send Don Santee out with a walk. So now back-to-back in the inning. And Santee going with a bit of a limp down there as he had to jump over a couple. Doesn't seem to be exactly comfortable. And now we'll see Joe Paris come out there to talk to his pitcher and send him straight to the bench. So his first outing did not last long. We'll step aside as the Falcons try and reset out there on the field.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back to Fitch. The new man on the mound will be number 2, Nick Kiprianos, who will come in to take on Aiden Anders. And the 8-spot hitter, 8-9-1 due up. No outs. Bases are loaded. Didn't get handed the best position. We'll see how he can handle it. The bases loaded, no outs in the 7th inning. And any chance of a comeback maybe resting on what you can do up there on the mound. He's off to a good start, though, 0-2. He replaces Stevie Palmer, who leaves with 2 walks, 1 hit, and the 3 batters faced. They will change that. It's a 1-1 count. And now we'll go 2-1. Aiden Anders out there, 1 for 2, hit by pitch and a hit so far today, along with a strikeout in his first appearance. His first outing for the Howland Tigers has been a good one as this skips in from the dirt. And Howland may be looking at a unearned run here. Yeah, that's a good response. Makes it a full count. This brings a nice little heater onto the inside corner. Good placement. Kiprianos just needed one of those kind of pitches. Get a tight call that goes your way. And, doesn't get the outside corner. He was looking to go the other way with it. So it's 3 straight walks for the Falcons pitching group as a run comes in to score unearned. And now Bodie Biggin, 9-man in the lineup, will head out there. We'll see if he gets an opportunity to swing at something. Although a team today didn't get an opportunity to swing at anything, and that came with Lisbon. They drop in softball. Look at this one. Torrey Firth throws the no-no. United wins it 18-0 over Lisbon. That's one heck of a performance to start off a season, as now a 2-0 count as Bodie Biggin has to jump out of the way. Fitch's bullpen definitely not as strong as I think they would have hoped here in the early part of the season. Still a long ways to go. A lot of growing pains to get through as this one is chopped foul into right. But now if you're Nick Kiprianos, the only thing you have to avoid, no matter what happens, don't walk in another batter. That has to be one of the worst things you can do as a pitcher, or no pitcher wants that to happen to him. You know that's got to be his main focus here. What is becoming a very cold evening, about half an hour to sunset here in Austintown. 2-1 count, as this one is looked at as well, make it a 3-1. Bases still loaded for the Tigers. They're trying to add in a little bit more insurance runs here in the top of the 7th inning. Already got one across. Now scored in the last 3 innings. As South Range did to Fitch in the last game that Fitch played. Now a full count. Cipriano starting to work his way back. No relief pitcher today has earned a strikeout. We'll have to wait another pitch as Biggin fouls this one off. Pedritis had 7 strikeouts. Since then, the 4 pitchers that have come in, 0 so far. However, we do have Cipriano's working on one. Right here, full count. No outs, bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. Fitch trying to gain some momentum here. Is this ball in there? Caught looking was Bodie Biggin. A very close call, but they'll go the way of the pitcher. Just finds the corner. So now we go back to the top of the lineup for the 5th time today as Robert Gamino steps in there as he is 1 for 4. A fly out in his last appearance, a line drive to left back in the 5th, and 2 strikeouts as a lob is thrown in there by Ciprianos. Ciprianos looking for a new baseball. It's a fresh one. May have slipped on that. As we mentioned, it rained earlier in the day. Stopped after the top half of the 1st inning. Had a couple of sprinkles here and there. Nothing sustained. But that turf, I'm sure, is still slick. And with the temperatures what they are, that ball's got to be about throwing ice. There's close to it as we get into the baseball season. Much colder, and most times you'll see a game canceled, but with the turf here, they don't cancel it unless you get down very cold. Don't have to worry about the rain nearly as much. Can still get a game canceled here due to rain if it's, coming down hard enough and it's not safe to play in. But now, you've had 2 bad days of weather that Fitch has had to play in. Saturday wasn't great. Skies did clear up long enough for them to get their game in. And, of course, came right back down following it. So they haven't gotten to play on this turf when it's been nice and dry. And they probably won't get to either this week. Supposed to get some more rain later on. As Cipriano's trying to make it back-to-back strikeouts here. No, Gamino's going to take this one out to right. Coming in short, it will get down. A run is going to score. Just one as Gamino grabs his first RBI of the season. As for the 2nd time today, he takes one out to right, drops it into the tricky triangle between 1st, 2nd, and right. And our score now 9-1 is Marco Masucci coming back up to the plate. 1 for 2 in his 4 at-bats today. Walk and a hit by pitch in each of his last 2 as he's looking for some RBIs. And with Nicky Lewis on deck, you can be certain that the heart of the order is coming through right now for the Howland Tigers. Nicky Lewis trying to make it an excellent 4-hit day when he comes up next. If he comes up next, still a chance, ground ball double play gets him right out of this, or some kind of other event. We've seen a couple pickoffs work, although all those came from Pedritis. And no one's covering at the moment. This is a little blooper right back to the mound. A throw over to first in time, so Masucci is down. But in the meantime, a run comes in to score. And our score now 9-1. Oh, pardon me, 10-1. So coming in to score that time around was Jack Kenny. Or pardon me. That was Don Santi coming in to score. Now Nicky Lewis. Last 2 innings, he's had 2 guys on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. And both times he sent it to straightaway left or straightaway center field and brought in 2 runs. We'll see if he can do it a 3rd time in a row. Not often you get the exact same scenario 3 straight times at the plate. But he has just that. Trying to make it a 12-1 ball game if he can deliver for a 3rd straight time. Looking for hit number 4. A swing and a miss there on the 2nd pitch of the at-bat. As I think he was aiming for the fences. I have to say Howland has absolutely nailed it with their 3-hole hitter here tonight. Brendan Ray is in the 4 spot. Hasn't done a whole lot here. No hits for him. One of the few guys that has yet to join the hit parade. In fact, just 4 players without hits for the Howland Tigers. 1-1 count. Nicky Lewis stepping back in there. Catcher trying to deliver yet again. We'll see if he's got it in him. The pitch from Kiprianos looked at and outside. Ball 2. The pitch swung on there, strike 2. Nicky Lewis has not struck out this season, albeit just the first game, and just his 5th at-bat of the year. But after going up against Pedritis 3 times, kind of a surprise that he didn't with how well Pedritis was doing. And there it is, strikeout number 1, as Nick Kiprianos finally puts an end to the bleeding here as he sees 5, strikes out 2 of them, and we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Howland leads it 10-1 over Fitch.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be-open GABA Camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Klim. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
YSN is very important to me because it gives me a platform to talk about what I love and what I have a true passion for in life, and that is sports. The possibilities are just endless, and every day we continue to grow and get better. My name's Scotty Mitcher, and my sports network is your sports network.
Welcome back to your sports network. 1 inning to go here from Austintown, unless Fitch can put up 9 runs here to at least give us some extra innings or win it with 10 runs of their own. But just 2 hits today, 1 run scored all the way back in the first. It was their leadoff man in Frank Zanetiak who came in to deliver their one and only run of the day. A hit by pitch and a balk sent him home. No RBIs, as for the first time today, a pitching change for the Howland Tigers as they will bring in the right fielder in Jack Kenny to replace Braden Ray, who they will send out to right. A simple switch there for him, as they're going to let this man try and close the door on a Fitch comeback. First pitch of the game for him is a ball skipped in there, and he does it yet again. So 2-0 to start as Fitch going to send up the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. Frank Zanetiak, Drew Kaschak, but I believe we will have a replacement for Carson Fuller as he was pinch run for back in the 5th, and I saw Brady Lowe warming up in the in the hole just before the inning started. So the pitch is low and away. 3-0 count for Jack Kenny, who was actually warming up for pitching a couple innings back. They elected not to put him in there in the fifth. I believe he was warming up in the bottom of the fourth inning is when he started to get loose. 3-0 hole and make it 4-0 as that skips in there again as Nicky Lewis calls for time real quick to go out and talk to his man as he puts the first runner on in Frankie Sinediak. For the second time today, he's on via the walk. And now Drew Kaschak coming up his fourth appearance. He is 0 for 2 with a walk to this point in the game. But hey, they got the all-important leadoff man. You have to get one on base. They got that. Now you got to get another. It's just one hit at a time if you're Fitch right now. One at-bat. Don't worry about putting them together. You just have to worry about getting the one you're at right now. Jack Kenny finds the strike zone for the first time today. Thankfully, the rain has continued to hold off here in Austintown after a bit of a sprinkle started out the ball game. We even saw the sunshine here for a little bit. Didn't last long. Just enough to blind Brendan Ray on the mound for a couple of pitches. This ball's in the dirt. Sinediak's going to take off for a second as Nicky Lewis couldn't find it. It bounced right off of his shoes. He was standing over top of it with that big mask on. Didn't know where it went. Allowed the door for Sinediak to sneak over to second. Kaschak looking for his first knock of the day. Likely be an RBI if he can make some contact. A big swing and a miss, but he's too low on the swing. That ball sailed right over top. Now Lewis overthrows the ball back to Kenny. Luckily, the second baseman and shortstop are there paying attention in Gamino and Biggin. The ball just wanders loosely into the outfield. Sinediak probably takes third. It's a 1-2 count. Kenny looking for a strikeout to follow the walk to lead off the inning. Pitch goes right on top of him. And so that'll even the count up at 2 apiece. No outs, but a long way to go here for Austintown Fitch. Luckily for them, no time limit in baseball. They take 2 hours to bring in 10 runs to win this ball game. So be it. I'd prefer if they didn't take that long to do it. Make it like a 10-minute, 10-run run, if you will. I'm pretty sure everybody here doesn't want to sit out in the cold for another 2 hours, but they do have that luxury. Count remains 2-2 as Kaschak fouls that last pitch off. As Jack Kenny works on the save. Or not quite a save, it's just relief effort. It was a bit closer, might be a save. We'll see how it pans out. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike, the throw down. Not in time, so the strikeout counts, but clear the out from the board. So runners on first and second, the drop third strike puts a man on. And now coming up to the plate for the first time today will be Brady Lowe, making his first appearance of the season. Brady Lowe pinch hitting now in the 3 spot for Carson Fuller, who was one of the 2 lone men with hits today. Did in his last at-bat, got the double, never brought home to score. Tough spot to be in, but you got your DH and Rocco DeFlorio on deck, who's been walked twice. He won't have that luxury of being walked if this man can get on base. Brady Lowe is going to have to deliver. Big time play coming up. 1-1 goes the count. Still no outs here in the 7th. As Howland elects to move away from Brendan Ray, who had a phenomenal 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 8 walks, 2 hits allowed, but just the 1 run comes in to score under his watch. Maybe the most important factor of the day. And through 4 innings, also had himself a no-hitter until it was Carson Fuller in the 5th inning hitting that double to break it. Now Fuller out of the lineup. 1-2 on the count. Pitch coming down. Swung on, missed, strike 3. Jack Kenny makes it 2 to go. So Rocco DeFlorio coming back up. His 4th appearance of the day. 2 walks and a ground out for him. The base is open if Kenny elects to throw around him and not give him anything in the zone. But at this point in the game, I think Howland's going to play aggressive. They've been very aggressive offensively, but they've played it very conservative on this side of the ball, and it's worked out well for them. As the first pitch swung on, and you can tell DeFlorio, he's got some heat running through his veins. He wants to send one of these out of the park. Well, that kind of swing wasn't one to get you a nice little dribbler. He's looking to drive something right here, and you have to. It's part of the game. You got 1 down already. You need to get a run in on this at-bat. Maybe the next. He just can't afford an out. Jack Kenny turns around, looks at second. He wasn't up on the mound, so he can do that. 0-1 on the count. 2 on, 1 away. Final inning here from Fitch. The pitch down high. Jackson Cheeks awaits on deck if they don't hit into a double play here. It would be about worst case scenario for Austintown Fitch. If DeFlorio puts this on the ground and turns into a double play. Howland already forced one of those way back in the first inning. It was Carson Fuller put one on the ground. Drew Kaschak was thrown out at second. He was thrown out at first. Kaschak again at first here with a man at the plate. 2-1 count. This is swung on, taken to right. This is going to get down and get past the right fielder. 1 run is going to be sent home. The ball is just now fielded. A second run is going to come in to score. And DeFlorio with a triple, his 2nd of the season. After he hit one in their last game, he flies one out to right field and delivers exactly what they needed here with 1 away. Still a long ways to go, but a huge play here for the Fitch Falcons. So 2 runs in off the triple. Jackson Cheeks now at the plate. And the pitch is low. Jack Kenny, just trying to survive here, has a massive cushion to play with. Already has the 1 out. But those next 2 are going to be the 2 hardest he may see all season long. The 1-0 pitch going down to Cheeks. Swung on, sent right back into the fences, and the count is even. Small sample size, but so far this season, Fitch has not put up more than 2 runs in an inning. They have 2 already. They had 2 in each of the innings they scored against South Range. We're trying to do a first on the season. I still say it's impressive, scoring 2 runs in 3 separate innings this season. Not always the easiest to do, although Howland's done it in 3 innings here today, so even on that total. But if you can keep that up and every inning you score, you get 2 runs, so that's a pretty good recipe for success. Now they got to string a couple of those innings together and get some continued success. We'll see if they can do that later on in the year. But they are just worried about now, finishing out today's game and trying to go for the big-time comeback. Jack Kenny on the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul as this one sails out towards left and drops just by the bullpen. Jackson Cheeks not going down without a fight. 0 for 2 in his 3 plate appearances. A hit by pitch back in the 4th is the lone time he's been on base today. As both crowds here anticipating the big finale here tonight. Howland hoping they can get out of this one with no problems. Fitch, though, long way to go. Short time to get there. We'll see what they have. Cheeks, very important bat. This one goes high, and Nicky behind the plate has to jump up to save that from going behind the plate and potentially allowing DeFlorio to score. never know. It is a pretty shallow backstop. But, I mean, clearly, DeFlorio's got enough wheels to get a triple. He probably has enough to get home, too. The pitch, this one high, it'll sail, but it'll bounce right back to Sullivan. DeFlorio thought about going, turned back as he saw where that ball bounced. If you can get one of those to head to the side, then you probably got that chance to steal home. If it just bounces straight back, no opportunity with this short backstop here in Austintown. Now a full count. Jackson Cheeks trying to get on base for the second time today. Put 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Jack Kenny. Low, away, ball 4. So runners on at the corners. And for the first time all game, Austintown will send their 6th man up in the inning. They had not been able to get past 5 until now, as Hayden Warmouth, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, will try to come up and keep this inning going. All he needs to do is get on base. The throwdown is outside. The 1-1 pitch, or pardon me, the 1-0 pitch becomes the 1-1 as that ball is fouled out of play. Aiden Anders holding the runner over at first, but DeFlorio free to go at third as this one high again. Jack Kenny not having the greatest accuracy here in the inning. A lot of high pitches for him. Two one on the count. Pitch is high again. With that, Nicky Lewis will have to go out there and try and calm down his pitcher. Don't know if the cold's starting to get to him. The light levels are changing a little bit more. We're 7 minutes from sunset, and it's probably about as dark as it will be by the end of the game. Not likely to get much darker even with the sun setting. The lights are in full effect out there on the field. The 3-1 is low. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. And with that, for the first time today, we will see Nate McGahagan. McGahagan at the plate. Pinch hitting for Donovan Bell Sullivan. And the first pitch he sees is a strike. So Kenny back in the strike column. Needs to stay in there. Can't afford to walk another. I guess you could say he could afford it. Doesn't want to. And this is swung on. Taken to right and foul. So strike 2. So it's an 0-2 count. Kenny looking for his first strikeout. He's yet to find one. 3 walks in the inning and a hit allowed to the Fitch Falcons. Oh, he does have 1 strikeout. Pardon me, it was the other pinch hitter. As he misses another one. Nicky Lewis getting a workout here in the 4th inning. Or pardon me, in the 7th inning. 4th inning was quite a while ago. Alec, come on. So 1-2 count. 1 down. Bases are loaded, though, for Fitch. And this is high again. A 10-6 ball game's a lot better to manage if you're Fitch than a 10-3. They have that opportunity right now if they can unload these bases and bring 3 of these runners home. And this is hit right down the line. This gets past a diving Anders. 1 run is in. A second is following. The throw in is going to allow 3 runs to score for Austintown Fitch. And what did I just say? One swing of the bat later, and it's a 3 RBI double for Nate Mikahagan as he delivers the biggest swing of the bat today. As he brings in Rocco DeFlorio, Jackson Cheeks, and Hayden Warmouth to score. 5 runs now in the inning for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, and all of a sudden, they're right back in it. Just 1 down in the inning. Jack Kenny has to deliver now, as up to the plate is Jack Knight. 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a hit today. First pitch he sees is a ball. Certainly not the inning Jack Kenny was hoping for when he stepped out there with a 10-1 lead. This ball is high again, and now you have to start wondering if another run comes in or he walks another 1 or 2. Do you see a move from Coach Zach Byler to take him out of the ballgame? I'd say you have to. It's clearly not been his night out there on the mound. It happens if you're a pitcher. As a manager, though, it's your responsibility to get those guys out of there before they do some either serious damage to their own psyche, their arms, or to your team's chances of winning a ball game. And that is low. Ball 3. Jack Knight got a hit back in the 6th inning. It was just the team's 2nd at the time. And now he is back on base for the 4th time today. 3 walks for him. And so runners on 1st and 2nd. Carter Owens up to the plate. He's looking at an 0 for today. 0 for 3, in fact. As Zach Byler will make the move and come out to the field. We'll see if this is a pitching change or just a meeting. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll step aside.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana, and I am why I'm proud.
Jack Kenny will stay on the mound with runners on 1st and 2nd. A 4-run advantage, 1 down in the inning. And the big hitter of Carter Owens up to the plate. Found success in the summer league levels at 16U. Trying to translate it here up to the varsity levels of high school baseball. First pitch from Jack Kenny here in the at-bat is outside. Ball 1. He's been plagued by that here in the inning. 4 walks for him. 2 hits allowed. 5 RBIs have come because of it. Swing and a miss there from Carter Owens. And Jack Kenny trying to save everything he has and put it down that lane. Yes, this is a phenomenal comeback effort from Fitch. Bottom of the 7th inning, no matter what, you put up 5 runs in the bottom of an inning. Doesn't matter how you get that done, you got it done. They've gotten all of it on hits, which is maybe the most important thing, because in their last game, they had just I believe, the 1 RBI, or 2 RBIs, I think. And today you have 5. That is a massive, massive improvement. And I know you don't expect to see that up every game, but when you got some of these big teams like Poland, Boardman, Columbiana up on the schedule next, you have to get runs via the RBI. Although I think they'll take a couple walks as well as we go back to the top of the lineup here with still just 1 down in the inning. Bases are loaded yet again with 1 down for Fitch. And folks, Frank Sanediak, with 1 swing of the bat, can tie this ball game if he can send it out of the park. That's a long shot, but we've already seen the RBI triple in this game, in this inning, from Rocco DeFlorio. Frankie's going to have to absolutely unload on this baseball and get it out of this park to tie it up. Or he can just advance a few and leave it hanging around. But Fitch now has the game-tying run at the plate. You tell anyone coming into this inning, it's 10-1. They haven't scored since the first. They have just, to this point, though, one hit on the day, 2 hits, pardon me, on the day, that they were going to have the game-tying run at the plate. I would not have believed you, and I don't think many other people would either. You knew this Fitch team could play, and you were waiting for it. Didn't come in the South Range game. Now they're starting to find some momentum. The walks have certainly helped, certainly. But now they are delivering. They're not getting these runs in via the walk. They're getting them via hits, and that is what counts in late baseball here in a couple months. Those are the kind of hits that you need come postseason time, and I know that's a long ways away, over 20 games from now. But a team like Fitch, the postseason is your goal, and district championships are kind of the expectation. You at least got to get there. This is high, full count, bases loaded, and a three runners on there. Frankie Sanediak hasn't had a hit all day. He's been put on base twice via the walk and a hit by pitch. Got on base via the fielder's choice, and now he will be walked in. As this ball game is now a 3-run game. The winning run stands at the plate, and this will do it. Jack Kenny has been removed as a starting pitcher, as the relief pitcher for the Howland Tigers. Will step aside as they bring in the relief. Bases loaded, Fitch with a chance here at home.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Folks, here we go. The 7th inning, nobody thought would happen here in Austintown today. Our score, 10-7, 1 down. Jack Kenny out of the ball game. Anthony Marin-Petrie is in. Bases are loaded. The winning run, and Drew Kaschak stands at the plate. A grand slam wins the ball game. A triple ties it. First pitch thrown by the relief man, and Marin-Petrie is a ball. Jack Kenny leaves the game 6 runs allowed on 2 hits, 6 walk, and just 1 strikeout in 1/3 inning of work. Not the relief effort he was hoping for. Second pitch is high. A walk here puts the game-tying run up on second with 1 down. The pitch down to Kaschak. Skips in there. Terrible time to start hiccuping. But here we go. 3-0. I might have a case of the hiccups. And Marin Petrie hunting for the strike zone. Hasn't found it yet. 3-0. 4-0. And the game-winning run is on base. Jack Knight comes in to score. The lead runner is Carter Owens. Frank Sniediak, the game-tying run on second. Drew Kaschak, the game-winning run on first. And at the plate, number 4, Carson Fuller. He will return after being pitch hit for in the 7th, earlier on here in the 7th inning. The pitch from Marin Petrie. In there, there's his first strike. And folks, Rocco DeFlorio stands on deck, and that is exactly who they need right now. Fuller with a good chance to tie this ball game if he can make contact on the ball. This ball is low, skips in the dirt, and Nicky Lewis getting one heck of a workout behind the plate here in the 7th inning. We are past the sunset here. Sun is down, and at the moment, so is Howland. They are starting to fall apart. 7-run inning here for Austintown Fitch. That ball is in there. Strike 2. This has become a save opportunity for Anthony Marin Petrie. Jack Kenny allows 6 runs in to score. He is responsible for a 7th. Looking for the strikeout. Marin Petrie on the pitch. Not in there. Our count even at 2 apiece. The Howland crowd not loving that call whatsoever. A huge scream after that call was a ball. The last 4 have been walked. 2-2 count. This is high. And it is a full count yet again. Marin Petrie can put, if he walks this man, will put the game-tying run on third, the game-winning run on second. As Fitch trying to complete one of the biggest comebacks in school's history. A 9-run comeback. 3-2. This ball is low. And this is a 1-run ball game. With Rocco DeFlorio coming up to the plate. Carter Owens in to score there on the walk. Rocco DeFlorio, their RBI leader. He delivered the big one here earlier in the inning that got this rally going with 1 down, puts in the triple, brings in 2 runs. If he can do so yet again, Fitch will win here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to walk it off here at home. The pitch from Marin Petrie, the swing, a miss, strike 1. Everyone now to the edge of their seat. Pitch number 2. Hops in there. That's going to be a ball. To date, the largest at-bat of the season. A very short season, but it doesn't matter any less. The 1-1 pitch, swung on to left. This ball is down. 1 run is going to come in to score, and Fitch is going to walk it off. Rocco DeFlorio delivers the 2 RBI game winner. Fitch is victorious. A 9-run comeback to win it. 10 runs here in the 7th inning. Rocco DeFlorio walks it off in Austintown tonight. Folks, Fitch wins 11-10. Rocco DeFlorio is today's undoubtedly player of the game. Delivers the knockout to left field on a line drive to bring in 2. Exactly what they had to have. And here in the 7th inning, he goes 2 for 2, 4 RBIs in 1 inning. Folks, that was something special as the winning run in Drew Kaschak comes across to score. What a ball game we just saw here. DeFlorio walks it off for Austintown Fitch. I've been Alec Coburna. Thank you all very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We'll see you next time. Fitch victorious in epic fashion, 11-10.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.